Testing, testing, testing.
To honor the men whose contributions to the sport were the most significant. 17 charter members were enshrined in 1963, headlined by legendary names like Hallis, Hudson, Grange, and Thorpe. This weekend, a record 122 Hall of Famers returned to welcome to this most exclusive club.
Testing, testing, testing.
2013. Ladies and gentlemen, NBC Sports welcomes you
Testing, testing, testing.
Hall of Fame game between the Miami
Testing,
Dolphins
testing,
and
testing.
the Dallas
Awesome.
Cowboys. And now let's meet the 50th anniversary.
Awesome. I hadn't done this in a while. I had to check and make sure I remembered how to do everything. There would be no graphics today. And the sound that you hear in the background is my wife vacuuming. She says she had to vacuum. So she's vacuuming. I got to give her my keys too. All right, guys. I'm a little bit anxious. I'm ready to see this team. Now I'm telling you straight up. Now, the Miami Dolphins, in my opinion, are a very well coached football team. Very well coached football team. So if we beat them today, it'll show something about our coaching. So let me tweet this thing out. 16 people here already. I love it. Tweet.
Universally acclaimed as one of the greatest guards to ever play pro football. He's an 11-time Pro Bowler and a member of the all-decade teams of the 90s and 2000s. The Dallas Cowboys, Larry Allen.
Larry Allen. I can still remember the first time I saw Larry Allen live. And when he walked past me, he was tired because it was after practice. He scared the living you-know-what out of me. I mean, just his presence. He was a scary, scary individual. Jeez.
He harassed opposing quarterbacks from the inside like few ever, amassing 96.5 sacks for the Buccaneers and the Raiders. A member of the old.
I'm ready to see Wilcox too. I'm very ready to see Wilcox. I've heard a lot. We need safety help. We need him to actually know what he's doing out there to go along with the athletic ability. So Wilcox is one of the ones I'm really looking at today. I'm so mad about us missing Terrence Williams. I mean, he just tripped up and hit his head on the ground with a concussion, and now we're not going to see him. I'm glad we're not going to see Romo though. I'm not in a hurry to see him just yet. With the offensive line, the way the offensive line performing, not in a hurry. I think it's just my TV. You know what I'm saying? It's live. My TV is live. It's not behind any, so I'm gonna turn it down so it doesn't distract you and doesn't overwhelm me. That's Mel Shango's back. The NFL back. Thank you, God. It feels good to watch football. And usually, you know, we don't have this game, so it feels good for us to be in this first football game. I know there's pros and cons about us having the actual first game of the season in that extra preseason game. Some say it's good because, you know, we get an extra time to practice and extra time in game situations. And other people say, well, it gives us more chance to get hurt. So it depends on if the glass is half empty, half full, wherever you're at. And there she is. Hold on. There, and she's all, hey baby, Shanola, here, take my car, because I'm not sure about that tire. Or you should be all right. All right. I would like for you to take my car because I won't be busy doing the game, and won't be able to come get you if something happens. Why are they so headstrong? They don't listen. They don't listen at all.
But he has some help this year. Mike Wallace comes over from the.
She's scared of the M3 power. That's what it is. She doesn't like to drive it.
A season ago, and we've seen Mike Wallace plenty. He is one of the fastest players in the league. Hopefully, gives this Miami Dolphins team a little pop.
The old cliche, perfect night for football. It's room temperature.
No doubt.
72 and a cloud in the sky as we get ready to go from Kansas.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, all right.
It's the culmination of Hall of Fame week.
No, I mean it's plugged,
Miami and Dallas in the Hall of
so you should be fine.
NBC. Next.
All right, it's coming back on, people. Kyle Wilbur is another person. Thank you, Yuma Cactus. Hey, Yuma, what's up, man? How's it going? I missed you. I missed you out there at training camp, man. We could have caught up on everything that went through last season. I had a good time with you last year, but next year, Yuma, I'm gonna be out there. I promise you. Zwerner Z, he's a Texan fan, but he likes watching even though he hates the Cowboys. All right, just don't talk too much trash and we'll be fine. You know, I can't, you know, Cowboy fans get pretty mad, you know what I'm saying, if you start talking trash about their team. Hey, Christy, how's it going? I want to see Sean Lee and Bruce Carter too, but hopefully for not long, because those are two guys I want to have healthy going into the season. I do not need to hear. If you want to see me melt down, then you want Sean Lee and Bruce Carter get hurt and I will melt down. So I really don't want to see them long at all. Just a little glimpse and then get them out of there. What's up, Manny Ruiz? Let's see how the running game progresses. Exactly. And Randall, and see what Randall has, man, because that was one of the draft picks I was kind of unsure of, because I looked at his YouTube, you know, videos and I didn't see too much there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm ready to see what Randall looks like, you know, in NFL situations.
The age-old question: what do women want? This is Kate. She likes a man with a little hair on his
Pork chop, what's up, man? See the Rooster films. Exactly. I want to see Dunbar. Dunbar, if DC Fanatic will tell you, I was calling him on the phone all last training camp saying, man, this Dunbar looks great. This Dunbar looks great. I love watching Dunbar. Dunbar's faster than Felix. I kept telling him that or whatever. But then when the season started, Dunbar didn't look as good as he looked out there in training camp. So I'm ready to see if he's like elevating his game in real-time action so he can get our running game going, because we need that. Ronald Leary is another one roundabout Anya. Ronald Leary is another person that we need to see, and we've been hearing a lot of good stuff about, and hopefully he can fill in and be, you know, a plug right there. I know he's got that degenerate knee thing, but hopefully he'll be pretty good.
It's Miami against Dallas.
What's up, Mr. Mount Olympus?
His third full season.
Dwayne Harris, my boy. Hopefully he shows something tonight. Exactly.
Boy, Michelle.
If Dunbar runs for 100, I'll be so happy. Yeah, exactly. The Sports 78. What's up, that's Mel again. Daniel Drago. What's up, Eagles fan? Man, why y'all do Riley Cooper like that, man? That was sad. I feel really bad for Riley Cooper. I really do. I mean, they sold that video. They sold Riley Cooper's video for $100. They taped him, ruined his life, and showed that video and sold that video for $100. That's horrible. I know he shouldn't have said it, but still, $100 for your career? That's messed up.
Why was now the time to make that switch?
Well, Bill's a great football coach, has been for a long time in this league, and one of the things you try to do when you're a leader is you try to empower those people around you.
Coach Lame Duck, Kermit the Frog, Coach Lame Duck being interviewed. Kermit, I'm curious, man, because they're taking almost all of his power away. He's just a walk-around coach. He's just a walk-around guy. And we'll see what happens to him, because he's going to get blunt. If the Cowboys do not start winning, all the blame is going to go on Jason Garrett, and he doesn't have any power right now. And that's just kind of weird to me. I mean, if you're going to blame him, give him the responsibility in order to be blamed. You know what I'm saying? Let him run his offense. Let him do his thing. You know what I'm saying? And if he doesn't do it, get him out of there and get Callahan in.
Over in Miami, and they will open up in 5 weeks at Cleveland.
Brian Buckaloo says, want to see an improvement for the O-line. The O-line's been struggling, man. I don't know. The O-line has been struggling, so we will see. We will see what happens with those guys. But offensive line's been struggling. Jordan Gill, what's up? Good morning. You said you heard a lot of good things about Eric Rodgers. I've also heard a lot of good things about Eric Rodgers. Hadn't seen a glimpse of him yet, but I want to see him today because he's really fighting for a roster spot. Chairman 2K Show, a Bears fan from Norway. What's up, Norway? I'll be in Europe in a matter of days, my man. I get out with you.
It was amazing, wasn't it, to see them all?
We'll see you, and we'll see the Bears this year.
The Hall of Famers for this 50th anniversary.
Highlight Junkie said he wants to see Escobar. I want to see Escobar also. He's a lot of other people could have been picked in the Escobar spot, especially knowing that we have Hannah there. So we'll see how he does tonight. Are those some nice jerseys the Dolphins have? Cole Beasley.
And he brings the ball back out to the 17-yard line. Let's take a look at the Cowboys as they will line up.
Ike Love, do I want the guy with dreads to be our number 3? Yes. Yes. I want Dwayne Harris to be the number 3 receiver. I really do. I really like Dwayne Harris. Mr. Mount Olympus, Ravens fan, congratulations. It must have been a very good offseason for you.
The guys up front, Tyron Smith is probably their best lineman and their number 1 draft choice.
Simple 247. I don't know, man. I might do these live shows for the season. You know, it's a lot of trouble setting all this stuff up, but you know, hey, it's fun. It's fun. So I might do it. We'll see.
In 15 games and then played very sparingly and then wound up going to Denver. When Jay Cutler went from Denver to Chicago, he was
Pork chop, I doubt we'll have a third quarterback.
2011 season, and then played the rest of that season in Kansas City.
Let's go.
Now as Romo's back up on 2nd down and 6. Over the middle and wide open to the 40-yard line goes
Dante Rosario.
One of a slew of tight ends in the Cowboy camp, and that would indicate to me, Chris.
VCrash87 asks, who would you start your franchise with? Roger Staubach, Troy Aikman, or Tony Romo? Roger Staubach. And then Troy Aikman, and then Tony Romo.
But Gavin Escobar, the draft choice, they're clearly going to try to go a little bit more of that New England Patriots style of play.
From the 39 out, Orton on 1st and 10.
Dunbar on the outside. It was a whole Tyron hell, but hey, it wasn't called.
Now the Miami defense, one guy who is in there tonight.
Vert7 watching for the UK again. I'll be in the UK on August the 15th. I'll be over there August the 15th. I'm gonna be there in Europe from the 15th to the 29th, I think. Having fun.
And they picked up Wheeler in free agency as well. In the secondary,
Kermit the Frog, if Garrett was to be fired, who would I want to be next head coach? Not really. I'm not a really big Callahan fan, but it's probably going to be Callahan if we don't start the season well. Look at Dunbar. That's exactly what you see the quickness, and he hit the hole. He's got explosiveness. Again, he looked better than Felix did last year in training camp. However, Felix was 837 pounds last year in training camp and barely passed the physical fitness test. So it wasn't hard to look better than Felix, but he did. So I'm really, really curious on how he's going to run against this defense.
Tight ends will be because they need that fullback role.
At the 43-yard line, 1st down.
Dunbar again. Woo.
The right side, and nothing doing right there. He's coming in to make the tackle. Is Philip Wheeler. You know, do you really
Philip Wheeler.
Back these days, very few teams carry him.
Q Ball 9183. It really sucks to be talking about the offensive line this year. Yes, exactly right.
Usually the fullbacks aren't great receivers.
Elijah, you don't like the Dolphins, New Jersey? I got to look at them again. I liked them there at the beginning. It's a different color green.
Callahan, at least according to Tony Romo, is doing some good things as far as speeding up the pace of play, going to that wristband system.
Callahan took the Oakland Raiders to the Super Bowl a decade ago, and Dunbar has been the most active of the Cowboys on this drive. Callahan will call the plays.
Michael Barris is very interested in Escobar. Yeah, me too.
He'll accept that call and then send it into the quarterback's helmet.
Yeah, and one of the things they thought they had a problem with last season.
Romo probably tried to play that Mel.
So now instead of the
What's up, Jeff Miller?
Going into Orton and going through all this verbiage, he just says number 37. There's over 100 different plays on that wristband, then they just go to 37.
Who do I think will have a standout game? I'm hoping Dwayne Harris will have a standout game. I'm hoping Wilcox will have a standout game. At least make a significant play on defense. I just called your name, Dwayne Harris. Dwayne Harris just dropped the pass on 3rd down. You got to catch those, D. Harris.
So many times during the exhibitions.
Let me see the highlight and see if he could have caught it. Show the highlight, please.
Pretty easy to move the ball between the.
Show the highlight, please.
Get into that specialty area, down inside.
What's up, Ark? I see you. I see you popped up, man. Ark and Toker. What's up? Y'all have fun watching the game. Cowboy fans everywhere, especially in Arkansas.
To accept the kick, calls for the fair catch and makes it at the 8-yard line. And that's where Tannehill and his offense will take over. The preseason underway in Canton.
Not a great first drive. But I hear Cal Orton has not been looking good at all. Let me mute this thing. You don't need to hear the commercial. Cal Orton, I hear, has not been looking good in training camp at all. I was a Cal Orton fan. Maybe he's a gamer. I don't think we have anything behind Cal Orton, so that may be why he's not really pressed to do very well in training camp right now, because nobody's breathing down his neck. I know everybody likes Tanny, but Tanny's been cut from like 2 teams already. So I don't know how much of a legit threat he is to Orton. Yeah, simple. What is that? Simple D247. Yeah. It looked like a pretty tough catch, but definitely Dez would call. And that's why I want to see Escobar, because people are saying Escobar's hands are like Dez's hands. I mean, he's that sure-handed. So I'd like to see that from Escobar. Yes, Ace. It sucks Terrence Williams isn't playing. Jack Barker, another guy from the U. Hey, look. We're just going to have a Dallas Cowboy party in the UK in a week. So, all you guys get together. We'll have a little party. If there may be a gameplay. I'll be tweeting my location when I'm in Europe. I will tweet my location. And if the Dallas Cowboys are playing somewhere and we can go there to watch it, then let's watch it.
It can fill a convertible.
You can fill a room, I know that.
All right, here's the D, everyone.
Tannehill, Miami's #1 quarterback, beginning his 2nd season in the National Football League, and they start with a fumble. The ball is on the ground at the 10-yard line. Cowboys
talk about generating turnovers. Matt Johnson, Lamar Miller, talk about generating turnovers already, guys. Already, I know it was a mishandled snap, but look. We didn't get many turnovers at all last year, so we will take what we can get. At least we fell on the football. Who was it? Matt Johnson did it? No, it wasn't. It was who got that ball?
Fake this bootleg coming out of there. Looked like it was in there, but that inexperience at that position is
good job.
Something to watch. They have to improve their running game this season, because Tannehill is at his best on the move, and if they can't run, the play action in the bootleg means nothing.
Well, Reggie Bush was their running back the last 2 years. He left and went to Detroit. Miller
Doomsday defense. That's right, Simple D247.
He's already in the game, so Orton plays just 1 series. Stevens out of Tarleton State actually started.
Oh, I will be watching the game at 3 a.m. in Europe. But nothing to probably be open at that point, will it? Tanner fighting.
Down at the 5-yard line by Dimitri Patterson, who looks for the moment as if he might be the starting right corner. So we know that Romo is the starter. We know that.
What's up, Tids Wiggle? Seahawks fan dropping by to say hello. Hey, man, sorry about Percy Harvin, man. I know that kind of hurt out there, but you guys, you're the same team as you were last year, so look, I mean, you still have a real good chance until he gets back. And then, you know, whatever happens after that point. So don't get discouraged about Percy. You just got a tough division, man. NFC West ain't no joke. Tanner.
He chugs to the 3-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and goal.
Hey, Jeff Miller. Tell Nicholas, what's up, man? Always be a Cowboy fan. Never waver. Being a Cowboy fan is the toughest thing in the world. You'll have so many highs and so many lows, but never waver.
Darian Weems and Edwin Kaufman are the tackles. It's the #1 red zone defense in the league last year.
Ace, I got lemonade.
At the time they allowed a touchdown. 3rd down and goal. Stevens is going to throw onto the corner.
That's a flag. Yep. Yep.
And the interference call is on Davis.
Do I see T.O. in the Hall of Fame? I don't think so.
The pass.
I don't think so. I'm not a T.O. fan, but I don't hate T.O. But I don't know if he's gonna make it into the Hall of Fame.
Rookie out of Utah State, they picked him in the 3rd round.
Cole Beasley's here, just going to come out here to the corner, and for a young defensive back, this is the hard part of the NFL.
What's up, John G? Yep, John G. I just got home. I had to hurry up and set up my lights and all that kind of stuff, so I just got home. But if you want to hit me up on Skype, I'm sure I should be able to hook it up. But if you can call at halftime, that would be awesome. That'd be absolutely awesome.
John Parry did a nice job in the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. Well, for Jason Garrett, in his 3rd full year, remember, he got the job 2.5 years ago as Wade Phillips got fired at the halfway mark of the season. Went into New York and stunned.
Who is 76? 76 is, what's his name? Parnell, ain't it?
The Giants. Last year they go to Washington, lose to the Redskins, otherwise they're in the playoffs.
Yeah, I have to say I like the idea that he's no longer calling the plays. I think a head coach is better off being a head coach. There's so many situations that he has to deal with. Probably wasn't easy for Jason.
Co-RX Clan PS3. The game's on it right now. I can't watch it. WTF, my cable provider is so stupid. I have a warning. Time Warner Cable is my cable company. They took away touchdown. Nope. They took away my Dexter. They took away my Ray Donovan, which I'm in love with. They've taken away my CBS football. They have until Monday evening at 5 o'clock, and I'm gonna call DirecTV, and all this Time Warner stuff is out of here. You don't do that to people. You don't do that. I know they got us out here in Los Angeles. They got people in Dallas, if you're in the Dallas area, and the people in New York. Ridiculous. Touchdown. Good job. Way to punch it in, fellas.
No shortage of them. We'll take a look here and see if he does get across that line. Remember the ball, any part of the ball.
Spark on them dishes fighting also?
Touchdown, and there it is. That's the correct call.
What's up, Nirvana-oholic, and you're a Seahawks fan. I get it. I get it. Glad you came by, man.
It'll really look like a different offense. Maybe not to the casual fan out there, but this is a different way of playing football, and it's been successful. And the thing that makes it so
What's up, Goku?
Either bring those tight ends in tight.
It's glad to be back, man.
Athletic enough, which they have some of those. Split them out and play a little spread offense.
Miller's fumble, that turnover results in a...
Oh, the Reaper, you saw Escobar whiff on the block. I'm hearing his blocking isn't too good. So you guys, if you see some stuff like that, let me know. Actually, let me. I don't know why I'm not taping the game.
When it comes to being better, what's better? Being better or worse? Okay, and what are you better at?
I'm better at telling jokes.
Okay, let's see what you got.
Knock 'em out.
Who's there?
Queen.
Queen who?
Queen.
All right, now I'm taping it. Now I'm going to go back. Kaufman is 76. Okay. Oh, 76 is my shirt. This is my rant jersey. You Seahawks fans probably recognize this shirt. This is my rant shirt. The shirt that I did that stupid rant on with. I mean, Seahawks game. What's up, Ark? Ark said he's not an optimistic person by nature, but I'm very optimistic about the D this season. My thing about the D, I'm hoping for the best with the D. But in my opinion, the players make the defense. And these are going to be the same players that ran Rob Ryan's scheme. Now, the scheme has changed. But a lot of stuff, we looked like a 4-3 a lot of times last year. And it's going to be some similar points. So I think there's going to be a lot of similar play to last year. Now, once we get the correct players for our 4-3, to play that 4-3 the way that Kiffin wants it played, then you'll get a different style defense. But I think if you keep the same players, they probably give you somewhat of the same results. That's just the way I look at it. That's why you've never seen much difference in our defense from Bill to Wade to Rob Ryan. I mean, we still had difficulty getting to the ball. We still had difficulty making turnovers and things of that sort. Warren Sapp.
Before the night is done, in fact, Bill Parcells up at halftime here in the booth with us. Kickoff fielded by DeAndre Presley from the 1-yard line. Comes back out to the 23-yard line, and so Miami will try it again after that one-play drive resulting in a fumble and a Dallas touchdown.
Yeah, I know. I understand what you're saying, Art. But remember, what were we 3-5 before Sean Lee went down? So the defense was not playing like world beaters before Sean Lee got hurt. And Bruce Carter got hurt later on. So I mean, we have potential. But I think the issue with the defense is, one, the depth. Two, interior defensive line play with the defensive tackles. And I just don't expect to get much from Ratliff at all. Because we hadn't got much from Ratliff in a long time. If we do get something from Ratliff, it will be a real plus for us. And then the safety play, we don't know what we have at this point. But our hopes that we found a couple of studs back there with Matt Johnson and Wilcox. So it's a lot to be seen, but the main problem with our defense is defensive line depth and linebacker depth. Because if we lose guys, then it's going to get real tough for us. Goku says, "Why don't I be a Cowboys head coach?" I would fail worse than Wade Phillips if I was the coach. Are you kidding me? Zimbalist 1972. What's up? That's your shout. What's up, Admiral? How's it going, man? Daniel, what's up, man? How's it going? 2 tight end set. There we go. We better use the 2 tight end set. That's for sure. Ryan Tannehill. I didn't think Tannehill was going to be good at all. I laughed at the pick, but I'm. What's up, Junebug? I see you on Twitter. But I'm surprised at how well Tannehill has played last year.
Out of the 3rd round was Seattle. And Tannehill in the pocket, which begins to break down.
Is that pressure? Ben Bass. I told you I told you guys about Ben Bass. I've been a huge Ben Bass fan since last year in training camp. Ben Bass is very, very good, I think.
Ben Bass, who made the tackle from Texas A&M. Hey, what are you doing here? Second down and 9 from the 24. And here goes Miller to the outside, and Miller trying to
Good tackle, Matt Johnson.
picks up a first down before he's tackled by Matt Johnson, trying to win the job as the starting free safety in Dallas.
A couple of Pro Bowlers pulling out in front of this one.
What's up, Drama Sid? How's it going, man?
One of the best players in football, and Mike Pouncey, their center, out in front.
Number 20, John G, number 27. I'm more interested in seeing number 27. I think we all are.
He never comes off the block. He hustles all the time, and is just a tremendous.
Yeah, Lamar Miller is a good pick in fantasy football, ladies and gentlemen. There was a reason they let Reggie Bush go. Look at him. Look at him. Jeez. See, this is what I'm afraid of with our run defense. Now, we should be able to rush the passer pretty effectively, but I'm really worried about our run defense. I really am.
There is Mike Sherman. You'll remember Mike as the head coach in Green Bay, and then he went to Texas A&M, where he was Tannehill's head coach. So, of course, now he's the offensive coordinator.
No, Adam, we scored on the second possession, not the first one.
At College Station. And it's a quick throw, and then the ball is lost, and they're going to rule it a possession and a fumble at first, and Miami is saying, that should be incomplete, and another official does come in.
Still thinking about making Jerry Jones an offer he can't refuse? Yes, Christy, if I can.
Usually you've got to get a couple of feet down and make some kind of move. You just never really.
Yeah, I am. I let the wife. I asked the wife to please turn on air conditioning. She doesn't turn on the air conditioning, but I asked her please because it's got lights on me and everything. So I'm trying to cool down.
The receiver position, where they made a lot of changes there this season.
But yeah, it's pretty hot out here in Cali.
Brandon Gibson coming in as well. Dustin Keller at the tight end position. They're doing a lot of things to try and pick up the pace with this passing game. Defensively, they're good. Offensively, you have to score a lot more points than what they did last year to play with the Patriots.
Well, Brian Hartline will be the other starter at wideout. McNutt is trying to win the number 3 job, and there he is. So he was just involved in the last play. They come right back to him.
Matt Johnson's all over the place. I like it.
Behind him, and it'll be 3rd down and 10.
Jason Strickland, Dallas does not have a fullback this year.
Remember, he's the guy for the
I think we're going to roll without one.
Play against Lee Evans, basically sending the Patriots on to the Super Bowl. And there's another question mark on the outside. Jonathan Martin playing left tackle position. A lot of eyes on him. He hasn't had the greatest start to his camp.
What's up, Cowboy Bill? But see what I'm saying? We should be able to rush the passer. We should be able to rush the passer. That was very nice. Very nice. Stopping the run it might be a serious problem for us.
Money well spent, we'll find out.
We'll find out. But Jake Long,
Daniel Kangider, Ben Bass over Ratliff. I'm kind of with that. I'm kind of with that. And until Jay Ratliff shows us that he's the Jay Ratliff of old, then hey, I can't hate on that.
Going to be the issue.
Brandon Fields led the NFL last season with a 50.2-yard punting average. Good one here is fielded by Beasley, and the coverage is good on special teams as well to the 12-yard line. He comes 6:52 left in the quarter, 7-0. Dallas.
Let's pitch our dreams. Let's wake them up.
Yeah, that was a good stop. That was a good stop. I like. Again, I have faith in us being able to get to the passer. I'm still worried about our pass defense since it's been one of the worst in the NFL for the last 3 years. We're going to have to improve on that, and I'm not sure if it's, the pass rush, not getting rushed at the vital times, or if it's our secondary. So we'll see this year if we can, have a better pass defense. But the run defense, I'm really worried about that. And I've been worried about that ever since Skittles tore us up in that Seattle game. Ever since Skittles tore us up that game. Daniel, I think we have a sleeper in Sterling Moore. I think I don't think New England really wanted to get rid of them. I think they get rid of him. I think they were in a little numbers crunch and they cut him. So I think that was very smart for our scouts to jump on Sterling Moore and get him because he's been playing very well, very well. And he hijacked that 21. That's pretty savvy. It's pretty savvy. Matt Johnson is everywhere, the Reaper. 13. Adam, when the Cowboys face the Vikings, what's the over under for AP? I say AP gets at least 120 on us. I mean, come on, he's AP. Don't get mad at me. Simple D 247 said, I think it's a combination of the pass rush and secondary. More pass rush than secondary, though. I think the problem with the pass rush is we're not getting pressure on the quarterback in the right times. You know what I'm saying? Look at Tanner. Nice work, Tanner.
Al, thank you. Well, Chris, it took 6 years of eligibility, but you're finally here in Canton, or as you called it last night, football heaven. When you saw that bust revealed for the first time on the stage, and you and Duran took that cloth off, what went through your mind?
Zimbalist from 1972. I already have my Sean Lee jersey, man. I'm the biggest Sean Lee fan in the Cowboys nation, probably. Love that guy. Love him, love him, love him. And I just hope he can stay healthy.
On the field, there's a player, excuse my voice, please, that
Chris Carter been partying.
and I was waiting on that day. And that's what it meant. Today is the day you've been waiting on.
You can understand that the reason Chris's voice is so hoarse is he really gave it his all in that speech last night. You were intense.
Exactly, Cowboy Bill. And that's why I don't think the Giants are very good now. I don't think the Giants are going to be. I think the Giants' days are numbered simply because they let that defensive line dwindle away, and that was their strength. It hit all the deficiencies on that defense.
And when I go into the hall, everyone who helped me, everyone had an impact on my direction in life. They went in with me.
You know, you
Escobar.
told a story about Buddy Ryan speaking to his wife the night before he cut you, and she said, "Don't cut Chris Carter. He's going to do something special with his life." He still cut you. You thanked him last night. Why?
Because that was the fork in the road for me. And I had to make a decision as a man. What kind of man are you going to be? Are you going to be a man that provides for your family? Or are you going to be a coward and continue down the same road that I was on? So I committed myself to being great on that day.
Well, listen,
It should, Admiral.
we did a little research. I have
Admiral,
here in my
the
hand
4-3 should be better on the run,
You see there,
but
it's
I just don't know about the players and the depth that we have up there.
Go to CRIS. How'd that happen?
I fell in love with Chris Collinsworth. And I started practicing my autograph, and I came on one day and told my mom that Chris, C-H-R-I-S, wasn't a famous name. So I changed it to the spelling.
Chris Carter is hot. No, he's not. He's been partying, man.
That's why my team was the Bengals, and he was playing for the Bengals.
There you have it. Who knew? Hey, congratulations. Well deserved.
Oh, thank you. That's a trick right there, you guys. I don't like that.
What about that, Chris?
Oh, boy. Did you know that?
I did know that, and actually now I'm changing my last name to Carter now that he's in the...
What's up, Moby Dick? I'm having a good time. Yeah, again, the thing about Tanner and Dunbar, they really had a chance to show something last year, and neither one of them did. So that leaves leaves me in a bad place. So I'm hoping that this year if they get another chance like they did last year, that they prove themselves. Because I mean, we ran out of running backs last year for sure. Is Hannah playing? I don't know. Is Hannah okay? Because he's been hurt for most of training camp. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, but Hannah's not playing. No, I didn't think so. Highlight junkie Terrence Williams is not playing either. He had a concussion yesterday. He hit his head on the ground pretty hard. What's the word on Joseph Randle? Moby Dick, he hadn't been playing that well from what I've been hearing. So we will see him a little later and see what he looks like. Let's see the trick shot quarterback. I agree, Cowboy Bill. Enough of this Orton stuff.
The season underway on a Thursday night, per usual, is Daniel Thomas, who's fighting for that number 1 job along with Lamar Miller. Picks up 3 of Mike Wallace, the highest priced of those free agents, with Pittsburgh, where he was explosive with Ben Roethlisberger.
Is Mike Wallace seriously hurt?
Signing with Miami.
Is it just a hamstring?
Nursing a groin injury.
A groin, yeah. He's just taking training camp off. That's what he's doing.
It was clearly a problem last year, wasn't it? Only 3 touchdown receptions by their wide receivers. And we know about this.
Caleb Musserty.
Wallace and his ability to take, the defense deep and all that. But what people don't think about sometimes is if you have that kind of threat, you end up having to keep safeties back, and it ends up helping your running game as well. So they're hoping for that sort of double impact. But this team just had no explosive plays in it a season ago. Some from Reggie Bush. He's gone now, and they're hoping greatly with what they paid him that Mike Wallace is going to be able to.
Oh, highlight junkie, you're the kid Cam from USFL. What's up, man?
Goes these days.
First down. JJ Wilcox with the shoestring tackle. Good job, JJ.
He came over from St. Louis, so the former Ram makes the catch, and that's a first down for Miami.
Jordan, man, what do I think our record to be? Anywhere from 11-5 to 5-11. Depends on injuries. Depends on if everything runs right. Depends on if we stay healthy or whatever. Depends on a lot, but I think it's going to fall somewhere between 11-5 and 5-11. Sorry, that's the best I can do.
And he comes into the game here in mid-drive from the 21-yard line. Under pressure, but he gets it away, and the catch is made up at the 21-yard line. Thomas making the catch.
My boy Holloman. Get up, Bass. No.
Well, the offensive line questions are going to continue here. Dallas Thomas playing left tackle. They've been moving him around. He played both guard in college.
That Cal Wilbur, man.
Got to have something a little bit better than that. It is every time.
Cal Wilbur couldn't get on the field last year. This year, he's looking good.
Jake Long for a little while.
No. Don't need to see this from Ben Bass, man. I do not need to see this from Ben Bass.
Tannehill, and he goes down and got his legs tangled up.
Yeah, this is scary, guys.
Right, here we go. His own guy got a little friendly fire there that kind of
Look, I was very skeptical because I hear Wilbur's doing a great job in training camp. I was very skeptical just because he couldn't get on the field last year. But he looks like every bit what Victor Butler was, and maybe a little bit more. I went too far there, but he looks good. There you go, Ben.
There's Monty Kiffin at the age of 73 on Tony Dungy's staff in Tampa. And John Gruden as well. And then he went to the college ranks with his son Lane, first at Tennessee, and then Lane, of course, went to the University.
The only team, Daniel, the only team I see that
We were at training camp, and the word we kept hearing was
could possibly do it in the NFC East is the Redskins. I mean, I'm not a hater of the Redskins like most people are. I saw a lot of positive stuff from them last year. That killer running game. I mean, RG3 doesn't have to kill you. That's why they won games with their backup quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of people want to call that a college offense that the Redskins are running, and it's not. Mike Shanahan is a brilliant run game coordinator. He takes people from the Army. You remember Mike, what's his name? Mike something. I can't think of his name right now, but Mike Anderson. I mean, made him a 1,000-yard rusher. You know what I'm saying? And he won Super Bowls with that run scheme. So it's not a college offense. It's got a wrinkle that's using RG3, but they don't need RG3 to execute that run game. So Washington, I'm a little bit worried about. Giants, not so much. And Philadelphia is just a big question mark. There's still talent in Philadelphia, but whether they're going to put it together, offsides again.
And another flag as it was jumping up front. Nick Hayden looked like he came across the line for Dallas. So regardless,
Crewheads, what concerns me more, the offense or defense? I think they're like equal, man. I think the offensive line and the defensive line, basically, both concern me.
Matt Moore comes in here, and now he's the backup quarterback, but he played a couple of years back and was the MVP of the team. And the next year they draft Tannehill, and he's to the bench. So there aren't many team MVPs that had somebody drafted immediately to take their place.
Security blanket behind the starter as the pass is incomplete.
What kind of season do I think Dez will have this season? I think Dez will be a monster this season. I think he's already getting close to Calvin Johnson is the best in the league, but if he can put together a full season like he did for the second half of the season last year, he will be either number 1 or number 2 receiver in the league next year. Dez is a monster.
It takes a little while, I guess.
2nd and 10 from the 32-yard line. And the pass is overthrown, but at least it's a nice night. Right now the temperature probably has dipped a little bit into the high 60s. Miami trains at home in South Florida. The Cowboys.
Nathan Duck, what's up, man? Redskin fan, but closet Dallas Cowboy show fan. Thanks, Nathan Duck.
And that was a nice trip out there to California. It was a lot easier to go to training camp in California at about 70 degrees. It was actually a little bit cool that day, as opposed to Wilmington College in Cincinnati. We were a little warmer there.
Marine layer is always appreciated.
Good stop, fellas. Good stop.
Ryan Tibbs makes the catch up to the 40-yard line.
Do I think Tanner has a chance to number 2 back? Yeah, I do. I mean, I'm yet to see, Randall. And like I said, I hadn't heard great things about Randall, but Tanner's been running hard. I personally, my favorite is Dunbar to win that number 2 spot because I've seen a lot of Dunbar and I know what he's capable of. But Tanner runs hard, that's for sure. So Randall's got to come in here and he's got to play hard to get his roster spot.
And that kick will go through the end zone off the foot of Fields.
I agree, Daniel. Good thing Jerry didn't listen to the media and pull the plug on Dez. Dez, he played around for a long time, and last year, and you remember my rant video when I called him out myself. I mean, he really tempted our anger last year. He really did, So, but the second half of the season, he became what we all knew. And if you would understand my anger in that video, if you went out to training camp, you McCackness, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you went out there and saw Dez in practice and see what he's capable of. Wow. And you see what Dez is capable of, and he doesn't do it in the football in games, it will drive you mad. But now we're finally seeing it.
Right back back into the quarterback.
How will DeMarco Murray do?
And that'll do it for the first 15 minutes.
I hope he does well also.
Miami 7-0.
I don't know. That game, hold on, my dog is going crazy. But that game that he played against the Rams.
Dudes, get in here.
That game where DeMarco Murray played against the Rams, I haven't seen that DeMarco Murray in a long time. And I want to see that DeMarco Murray next season because he was a monster versus the Rams. Dez is unreal. You're right, Yuma.
There we go. That's better. Become the world's most.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Art Cowboy. I think Dwayne Harris is a full-time punt return guy. And except, put Dez in on situations like we used to use Dion back in the day when you need a big return or whatever. Then put Dez back there. But I'm a big Dwayne Harris fan. Big Dwayne Harris.
Providing the legendary strength of our cross-linking technology, backed by a no-deal promise.
The Homer Pimpson. Hey, I'm liking what I see with Kyle Wilbur. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Kyle Wilbur. I every time I heard them talking up Kyle Wilbur in training camp, I was like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But me seeing it with my eyes, and this is and through preseason games is how I fell in love with Ben Bass last year. I saw him perform out there, in real live action. So I'm seeing it now from Wilbur, and hey, I like it. I like it a lot.
Engineered with muscle and brains. Engineered for victory lane. For a home run experience that's just as amazing as our drivers. Call Quicken Loans. Engineered.
I think it was a numbers thing. I'm always hungry. What happened with Jesse Holly? Wide receiver is just a hard position to stay if you're not one of the top 3 guys. Because, you draft guys and you want to keep the guys that you draft. Then you got projects coming in every year, that you like last year was Andre Holmes. This year it's Eric Rodgers. You have people like that. So being a wide receiver is tough to hang on to a football team if you're not one of those top 3 guys.
From infancy to one of, if not the best, football towns in the National Football League.
Alan Bruce, with the Niners' recent injuries, do you think they can still win the division? Of course they can. Again, like last year, I picked the Redskins to win the NFC East, and people thought I was crazy. I'm going with the Rams this year for that division. I think the Rams are a budding. If things happen for the Rams correctly, and Bradford can run that offense, the Rams could be a scary football team.
He is the same man that made you the Ravens' first ever draft pick.
Who do I think will be our safeties? Probably Will Allen and Matt Johnson, I think. Or Barry Church and Will Allen. That's it.
Knowing that he's in the Hall of Fame as well, it just seemed fitting. I told people that my dad would present me if he was alive.
Victor said if Bo Jackson was on the Cowboys, he had a longer career. Bo Jackson was one of my favorite players ever. Ever. Love Bo Jackson. Philip Tanner is hurt. Hate that.
You got some boos from the crowd. How did you decide to take that risk?
Well, I mean, if anyone had ever got a chance to sit down and talk to Art and meet him, you would realize that...
Admiral said everyone keeps forgetting about Miles. Yeah. Miles makes you forget about him by getting hurt. Miles needs to stay healthy. I mean, he did have a reductive season last year, but he was hurt a lot. That's Tanner. Tanner's not hurt.
It was always about how you're doing as a person. And I always loved and respected him for that, so I had to mention him.
A lot of firsts for you. You were the Ravens' first ever draft pick, first ballot Hall of Famer, first player drafted by the Ravens to be enshrined in the Hall of Fame. Of those 12 years in Baltimore, what are you most proud of?
I'm most proud of just, the Super Bowl.
Simple 247, do I think we should sign Brian Rodgers? No, I don't. I think we need to continue to develop what we have because Brian Rodgers won't be able to give us more than one season at best. And if he has gas left in the tank, we might as well see what we have in Leary and those guys.
Long time to savor this jacket. At 39, the youngest
Woo!
Hall of Famer.
I want to know what size that jacket is. That is one.
Tanner got lit up.
Man, Chris, we were there at the dinner the other night, and even amongst the big guys, the Hall of Fame guys, he still stood out.
Yeah, it looked like you put a blanket around him. That thing was so big. But how about that first draft? Jonathan Ogden and Ray Lewis.
What do I think of Cole Beasley? I love Cole Beasley. I was there the day, and I actually talked to Cole Beasley. I was right beside him when the day that he quit. And I can't get that out of my mind with Cole Beasley. And however much I want to really like him, I can't get that out of my head. I really can't.
He has 2 as Stevens retreats on 3rd down and 8.
Interception or caught.
Traffic at the 40-yard line.
Anthony Armstrong. There you go, Yuma. You called him. You said he's better than Carlos Rogers. I mean, Eric Rogers, Carlos Rogers.
Can't get any better than that.
Expecting big things, and I am very expecting big things from Claiborne. I really am, because, and in my opinion, Mo Clay didn't have a stellar rookie season last year. He played well, but he didn't have a great rookie season. I want them to have a really good sophomore season.
This is somebody that they're going to take a good long look at as far as being that 3rd quarterback. They may only keep 2 though.
That was an 18-yard gain.
Good sidestep, Tanner. Way to run. Good job, fella.
The game of 9 to the 50-yard line.
You know, Philip Tanner is a guy that lost about 10 pounds. He didn't have much of an average per carry last season. Comes in this year, looks like he's just thinner and much better shape, and has looked a little quicker out there running the football.
Trying to get that backup running back job. He's involved with Dunbar.
Yeah, I see. Ark is with me with the Rams, man. That's a team to watch. I mean, the Niners didn't beat them last year at all.
Down the stretch because Murray got hurt. They had no running game.
Junebug says Tanner's having a good game. Yeah, he is.
And the air he goes on a slant that's incomplete off the hands of Beasley. So Stevens started at Tennessee. Didn't end.
Alan Bruce, Bo Jackson would have been the greatest ever. He would have been what AD is right now if he didn't get his hip pulled out. And Bo Jackson was incredible.
Didn't have to sit out a year, and there were his numbers. And then for Nick Stevens, who comes up to the line of scrimmage next on.
I'm looking at him, John G. Leary threw somebody a couple of plays ago.
There is the coach. So where do you think Dooley is right now? He's on the Dallas staff.
Absolutely.
Coaching the receivers, 3rd down and 1. And this is Tanner, and Tanner loses his helmet, but that's the end of the play. Once the helmet comes off, the play is...
You can't advance it.
Thanks to Jason Witten a few years ago. Iconic play, but the league took a look at that, and they said, as soon as the helmet comes off, the play is dead.
That's a good rule.
Obviously, you don't want somebody running
And, hey, Ark, in college, I think I'm one of the only persons probably here that is old enough to remember Herschel Walker in college. And Herschel Walker, Bo Jackson, Darren McFadden. Those 3 were 3 of the best running backs I ever seen in college during the college game. Look at Tanner. Tanner's looking very good. I love it.
And gains 17. Tanner in his 3rd year out of Middle Tennessee State.
Well, one of the big stories for tonight, Travis Frederick, the center.
Josh Moore, it might not be your TV is ahead of mine. It's probably YouTube stream is probably a few seconds behind. So it's probably more of the stream that is behind than me. I'll turn the TV down a little bit more, but I want to hear it.
And now you have a new back. That's Joseph Randall, a rookie picked in the 5th round. Played his college football at Oklahoma State. So Randall, another of the guys trying to win that backup job.
Yeah, and they're going to enjoy running behind Travis Frederick because we got a chance to meet him, and he's one of the smartest guys that we've been around in a long time. A double major in computer science, and he's a guy that is already talking to Jason Witten down in the field before the game. He's running the show, and not only is he making the line calls, Witten said that he's making the coverage calls down the field.
J-Mac, yeah, AD was a monster in college too. He definitely was.
Play action, escaping, and then throwing deep, and just
Bees.
free at the goal line.
Bees.
Open and Stevens throwing on the run, chased out of the pocket by Kelsey and McRae. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
Well, that's a layup there.
Yeah, Bees dropped a layup. Definitely.
Stevens, you can't miss this one. A completely blown coverage on the outside by R.J. Stanford. Nobody in sight.
Bees went down.
I know he was on the move. These are the kind of plays that you just lob it in the air. You got to give him a chance.
He should have caught that, Chris Collinsworth. I'm not with you on that one at all.
That's when you want the do-over.
Yeah, get second chances in the NFL when you're battling for the number 3 quarterback job.
Third made and under pressure, and down he goes, and he gets sacked
Arkin.
at the 2-yard line. Deion Jordan comes in, and he's a guy who was the number 3 over.
It was underthrown, but Beasley hit the ground first. Beasley hit it. It was a bad throw, but he was on the run. Beasley hit the ground first and then tried to get up and get to the ball, and he really should have got to the ball.
I think this young man's the
in my
most
opinion.
intriguing guy in the draft this year. You watch him play at Oregon.
Exactly that Mel. Cole needs to stay on his feet. There was no reason for Cole to go down.
On the field. Used to dropping back in coverage about 60% of the time in college, but here he's going to be asked to rush the passer almost every down.
49-yard attempt off the foot of Dan Bailey.
Good job, Dan Bailey.
Is just inside the left.
Yeah, I want to see Alex Tanny play, of course. Oh, yeah.
10-0 in the second quarter.
Todd May, I might not be that far behind. Just hit refresh or refresh the page, and then I might, be less than 20 seconds behind. But it's always going to be a little delay because of YouTube.
Thank you.
Yeah, Yuma. Weems versus a top 5 pick. Yeah.
New 7-passenger Santa Fe.
Now at Burger King, choose 2 sandwiches for just $5. Whether you're craving a new bacon cheddar stuffed burger and an original chicken sandwich, an original chicken sandwich and a premium Alaskan fish sandwich, or even a Whopper and another Whopper, get 2 for just $5 today. Only at Burger King, where taste is king.
Cowboy, this quarterback sucks. That's what I'm saying. Cal Orton doesn't have anybody to push him, so Cal Orton can, not look well all he wants to. He has job security. Because if Romo goes down, we can't put one of these guys in there. That's for sure.
Football every week, which means we make the first. And the first.
Hey, what's up, Edmar? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Yeah, Tanner is looking. Tanner is so far the MVP for us. Who else is looking good tonight? Ben Bass has been looking good tonight. I've liked the way Matt Johnson has been all over the field early in the football game. Cal Wilbur has had a very, very good game. He's impressed me a lot. That's pretty much it, I think. What's up, Jeff? Jeff Carlsworth? How's it going?
Other Hall of Famers on the bus ride. The big picture taken right there. Friday, 122 to 160 living.
No, Steven doesn't suck. I agree, Spartan Beaner.
Short bus ride together.
But I don't think he's ready for prime time. Shango, who am I picking in the NFC East? Simon Light, I do not know. If RG3 remains healthy, if the Redskins remain healthy, then the Redskins. I think it's up to them to remain healthy. If RG3 gets hurt, then it's up to us or the Giants.
22-yard line.
And I'm not a believer in the Giants right now, so it's probably us.
Cowboys 10, Dolphins nothing.
No, Ark, I didn't see Tanner's YouTube video. I'll search for it a little later. How do I feel about the new changed NFL rules? What rules? What rules changed this year? What's up, the Mr. Williams? If you would take away the 90s Cowboys offensive line, do you think Emmitt Smith would have been as great as he was? No. However, I think Emmitt Smith had, and I've said that because as much as I watch this team and the way this team has been built or whatever, I did the same with those 90s Cowboys. And I watched it from... Emmitt Smith was one of my favorite college football players at the time. And I watched Emmitt Smith. Emmitt Smith did what he was supposed to do. He made... His offensive line wasn't that good before he got there. But when Emmitt got there, the offensive line became very good. Why did the offensive line became very good? It's because Emmitt Smith did what he was supposed to do. He followed his blocks. He hit the hole. He was an outstanding running back. So in a way, Emmitt Smith could have done that with some other lines. They just the line just had to have some ability. Now Nate Newton, all those guys were good, but Emmitt, I think, made them even better by doing exactly what he was supposed to do, hitting the holes the way he was supposed to hit them, and fighting for yards. Emmitt doesn't get enough due as he should. I'm an Emmitt fan, man. Emmitt's my boy until he left and go to the Cardinals. Then, I mean, come on, man. I don't think all of us is over that one yet.
I can tell you, unfortunately, we have the news to pass along.
Alfred Morris and RG3 really changed the game for the Redskins last year. I think it was more Alfred Morris. I think RG3 is a bonus, basically, for what the Redskins are doing. He's a bonus because he can run. He's a bonus because he can do a lot of other things. But the basis of that offense is Alfred Morris. And that's why they won without RG3 also, because they still could run the football. That's what worries me when we play the Redskins, because we have to worry about stopping Alfred Morris. And that's going to be a tough task. Tough task. I think we have a better job stopping Shady McCoy than Alfred Morris. Jordan Gill, do you think we have a chance at the wild card, or the other division is too strong? We do not have a chance at the wild card. I really don't think we have a chance at the wild card at all. I think the NFC East will beat each other up, and the winner of the NFC East will have like 6 or 7 losses, and then the next guy will not make it. Bad catch. I mean, good catch for Miami though. That was our safeties, guys, right there, I think. Let's see look at Wilcox. What did Wilcox do? Wilcox let him go. Yep. That was our safeties, guys.
By that offensive line, picking up the stunt inside. You know, we've got the Dallas Cowboys really unsettled at the safety position. There's Matt Johnson. He was on IR a season ago.
And there he's hurt. And Matt Johnson's hurt. And that's what I heard about Matt Johnson in practice. He would run around like crazy, and then he would come out hurt. Yeah, that's not good. And that's what I'm worried about Wilcox. He's only played 1 year. And that's what I try to keep telling people. He's only played 1 year of safety. That's such a tough and such a cerebral position back there at safety that, I mean, you just need time. And he may develop into something very sweet in years, but to expect him to come out here this first year and do, you know, amazing things, it's tough. I mean, you got players like Mark Barron last year who came from a NFL defense in Alabama, you know, playing NFL-style defense, and still struggled when he got to the NFL. So it's just playing safety in the NFL is hard. Thank God we got Will Allen, so Will Allen can help him out and show him what he did wrong and things of that sort. But yeah, it's not going to be cut and dry there. I think maybe in 2 to 3 years, J.J. Wilcox might be a super stud. But right now, I think, you know, we might have to wait a minute. That man Mel says Jerry looks dumb not drafting one of them safeties that left on the board for. And not only that, that Mel, he didn't draft one of those safeties that was available, an LSU safety. There's another one that's been playing NFL style defense for years. Didn't grab him and let him go to one of our competitors, the 49ers, who needed a safety. So, yeah, thanks, Jerry. Simon Light, hey Shango, do the further The Emmitt Smith question, do I think Daryl Johnson? Yes. Daryl Johnson had a lot to do with it. Daryl Johnson had a lot to do with him. Daryl Johnson had a lot to do with Aikman. Daryl Johnson was he was one of those perfect players that did. He was a Witten type at fullback, to where he just did everything he was supposed to do correctly. So yeah, I will give a lot of Emmett success to Moose Johnson. Moose rules.
We were there for some of the recording. It was terrific. And the Dallas defense does a terrific job on this play as Daniel Thomas gets taken down by George Selby. Behind the line of scrimmage, setting up a 3rd and 9.
Well, Shelby is out there working against our guy Dallas Thomas again. Coming off the edge there and gets up the field, makes a good play. It's sort of an even matchup now. You end up with backup defensive line.
Yeah, John G. Number 57 is one of my boys, man. South Carolina.
3rd and 9 now.
The greatest state in the world. I called him right before the interception. Holloman, keep on trucking, Holloman. I called him South Carolina, the greatest state in the universe. The greatest state in the universe, South Carolina. Holloman. Outstanding. Again, he was a 6th rounder, but he came from a very good defense. He came from a SEC defense in South Carolina. Love it. And when we drafted him, my phone just blew up with people from home that was texting me saying, "Oh, we got a player with Holloman. I hadn't heard that much from him from training camp, but I've seen him play very well out here today. Very well.
With 6.5 minutes remaining.
Big Holloman fan.
In the opening half, and the Dallas lead is now 17-0 in the Hall of Fame game.
Yeah, you did. You called it too, John G. I got to give it to you because you made me say something about Holloman. So I give that one to you. But he's my boy. Corey Jordan, so he's saying we were groom Wilcox for a few years, not get the results we want, and let him go because he become a stud for someone else. Yeah, that is a definite a fear. That is a definite fear. Or we may not ever develop him like AOA, or we develop him and he becomes a star. So one of those three definitely is going to happen.
Don't do that. Okay. No, it's not going. Well, you actually have to look away. Yes. It's not. I am so.
Yeah, I'll always say that we could have got. I mean, it's a moot point because you never know what will happen. But I'll always believe we could have got Frederick in the 2nd. Hell, maybe even a 3rd. I don't even know.
Making sure the fit of the equipment is every bit as good as the equipment. By making proper tackling the goal for the very first snap. And by making certification more important than any win-loss record. We make the game safer because to us, it's so much more than just a game. Make sure your coaches heads up.
What defensive player do I see making the most impact this season? At the Carr. Brandon Carr. The problem I'm having with Carr is that I love Carr, and people know when I went to training camp, I loved watching Carr. Carr is an awesome football player. But in my opinion, Carr is a number 2 corner. Carr is not a number 1 corner, and that's the reason why we went to get Mo Clay. Now Mo Clay is supposed to be that number 1 shutdown corner. So he's going to have to step up his game and become our best corner, and then Carr will become a dominant force at that number 2 position, and then we'll have some stud corners. But it's not going to work as well with Carr being our number 1 corner and Mo Clay being that number 2. It's just not. And it has to do with Carr's skill set. You know, Mo Clay has a different skill set that should be able to handle almost any type receiver. Carr is more of a physical guy that's going to be physical with the guy, but a quick guy will eat Carr alive, basically.
Since you found out you were coming into the Hall of Fame, there's been a humility about you. How do you describe such two different sides of your personality?
When I was on the football field, that was my sanctuary. That was the only way I was going to lead my team from 11 straight double digits.
What is my opinion on the? I think the Riley Cooper situation. Let me hush him up. The Riley Cooper situation, I think it's very unfortunate for Riley Cooper. I think that he probably was drunk and said something he shouldn't say. It still is an excuse because if you're drunk, a lot of people don't say offensive things just for the heck of it. So I think he did the right thing from stepping away from the game for a while. Michael Vick said he could play. He forgave him, but Michael Vick is in a position where he can't judge anyone, and Michael Vick knows that. So Michael Vick is just gonna keep his mouth shut. Shady McCoy, saying that he seemed like he lost a friend, that he'll never trust him again, and I get that. I get that he saw a glimpse into who this guy really is, and he'll never trust him again. So I think Riley Cooper did the best thing by stepping away from the game for a minute. The one thing that I really am sad about is the person that sold that video to the internet for $100 that destroyed this man's career. You know what I'm saying? There's racists in the NFL. I mean, there's much worse racists than Riley Cooper walking around out there on the football field, probably tonight. You know what I'm saying? But, nobody's taking a video of them saying something and posting it to the world. So that's very unfortunate for Riley Cooper. He said something he shouldn't have said, and it ruined his life, basically. He's an outside linebacker, Jeff Miller.
Got the check. Meanwhile, we've seen Gillisley on a couple of nice runs, and then there was a penalty. And Jonas Gray is the guy who takes a swing pass out to the 29-yard line. Warren is a player.
There's my guy.
I live in the northern part, Solam. I live in the northern suburbs of LA.
Put up huge sack numbers playing defensive tackle. That patented 3 technique of Tony Dungy's defense, all basically based around the fact that, as Warren would put it,
What are my thoughts on Hernandez? I don't really have any thoughts on Hernandez. He's a killer, man. Unless he comes back and somehow everybody was wrong, which Hernandez says we are, then I have nothing to say about Hernandez, man. He's a sick killer until otherwise noticed.
he was injured his senior year at Notre
Yeah, racism will always exist. Yeah, that's just the way it's going to be. As long as people are different, it's going to be racism.
Plays here already, so the running back competition in Miami really wide open. They got Mike Gillisley, who out of the University of Florida was their leading rusher.
I'm not up on the latest Manziel mess. I know the last thing I heard is him getting kicked out of the Peyton Manning thing. I don't know. He's a kid. Let him be a kid and make his mistakes now and come to the NFL and do well. You were looking at Warren Sapp. Warren Sapp made tons of mistakes in college by smoking weed and stuff like that. And look, he's going into the Hall of Fame. So, let him make the mistakes in college and figure out, how to handle this kind of stuff and then come in the NFL and do well. I think he's a hell of a player, though.
Carries right-hand column, and you can see not a lot of guys who have carried the ball.
Matt Johnson headed to the locker room. Afro Samurai says, Afro Samurai 76. So Matt Johnson is hurt again.
Carrying the football in St. Louis as Moore fires over the middle and getting wide open and making the catch is Jeff Fuller out of Texas A&M for a first down.
When you can get a little running game going and you can come back to the play action, look what happens. Those linebackers suck up. You get a receiver in behind them, and Miami trying to pick up the pace with this offense.
First down from the 29-yard line. Spinning around, slinging to the outside for a gain of about 7 to Timms out of Florida A&M.
And for the Miami Dolphins,
we're all going to be glad we have Frederick before this year's over. I mean, that's not my point. Yeah, we probably will be glad we have Frederick, but the thing is, we probably could have got him later too. You know what I'm saying? There's other offensive linemen that were pick that are doing well in training camps also. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about that. It's about, us maximizing the picks that we had. You know what I'm saying? I would have been elated if we got Frederick in the second round and then picked up someone else in the first round, or one of those safeties or something like that, or anything that another defensive lineman, of course. You know what I'm saying? Or anything like that. So the question is not on Frederick. It's the fact that, we all believe, and you can't make me believe otherwise, that we could not have gotten Frederick and a first rounder.
Gildesley back in as the running back on first down from the 16-yard line. Taken down to a 2-minute warning. The flag is thrown. Been a relatively penalty-free game. Landon Cohen was the guy right there. Here's John Parry.
Yeah, Jakura is from South Carolina also.
Al, Cowboys safety Matt Johnson has gone to the locker room for X-rays on his left ankle, but the Cowboys do expect him to return.
All right, thank you.
Oh, he's making money for making money about signing autographs. Yeah, I mean, kids do that too. There's a lot. Somebody else got busted for that too. I can't think of who it was. From the guy from my wife's high school, from Somerville. What's the wide receiver for the Bengals? God, why am I having a brain fart here?
2 minutes to the half with Dallas leading 17-0.
AJ Green. AJ Green did the same thing. Thanks, Brian Buccalo. The Reaper says Lee Beast. Enough said. Yes, he is. Wilcox is all over the place. I don't know, man. Wilcox is not looking very good to me. And I'm gonna be frank and honest. When I watched Wilcox's tapes on YouTube. They have his college tapes or whatever, and he did not look that special to me. So I'm still waiting to see what everybody is seeing with Wilcox or whatever. I am, and I've seen him going around out there, but I just see a very active player. I don't see a player that's actually doing anything. He made one bad play or whatever. So I really need to see him make a play very, very soon, so I can understand what everyone else was talking about J.J. Wilcox.
We make the only game with instant video highlights.
Don't get away. Only one.
Andre Rios says Matt Johnson is made out of tissue. That's paper mache, Rios. It's paper mache. That's what he's made out of.
It is easy. Very easy.
Sign up for free at NFL.com/fantasy. Together, we make football.
Yeah, I agree, Christy. Wilcox does not look good so far. I mean, I'm really going to need to see some sort of play from him, an interception or something, to make up for the bad stuff that I've seen through him.
I'm extremely grateful.
Bill Parcells. I really was mad when he left the football team. I was mad at Jerry for bringing T.O. in. I'm not a T.O. hater. Like I said, I kind of like T.O., but Bill didn't want T.O. So he cut Bill off at the knees, and Bill wasn't going to have that. So I hate that happened. There's no telling what kind of football team we would have been if he'd stayed.
Tony Dungy will be here as well, talking about the Cowboys and the defense that they're going to run that he made famous. 2 minutes to go. The ball is at the 3-yard line. It's first down and goal. And
what happened? Delay game.
Maybe they did. They did get the timeout. Well, Bill Parcells, and most of you know the story. His overall record illustrated there, and of course the Giants. He coached them beginning at 80.
That mailman, what has Webb done? I hadn't seen Webb do anything. He was one of my favorite guys that we drafted, but I've heard up and downs through training camp. Maybe it's just us fans overhyping the play. We don't do that. I'm always hungry. We don't overhype our Cowboy players. What are you talking about?
Both of the teams in tonight's game. Miami got the timeout before the penalty. The ball is at the 3-yard line on 1st and goal. Gillislee is the running back. They give it to him, but he goes
Gillislee.
stuffed by Jarris Pendleton behind the line of scrimmage.
Ben Bass sprained his knee. He'll be fine then.
Off to the right side, and Pendleton was having none of it. Defensively, I'm sure that Monty Kiffin would like nothing better than have a little goal line stand. Look at all the beef over here. Fullback in the backfield, just try and jam it in there. Very nice play by Xavier Brewer as well, just shorten that edge.
And Dallas takes a defensive timeout. 2nd down and goal. Now the ball is at the 5-yard line.
You can see the mindset.
What did Monty Kiffin do, Kid for Life?
Kiffins wanting to establish some power down here so he doesn't always have to throw the ball with his young quarterback. There he comes.
Good D. Good D. Good D. Good D. Selvey. Good D. Very good D. Very good D. Selvey's good. I mean, he stayed home as soon as they made the fake. He did a great job of staying home.
Now this is what's known as the old naked bootleg. You're not
Watch him.
block the end guy. It's really up to the quarterback.
He
here.
sees it, stays right there.
Once outside the pocket, if you're in trouble, you just throw that one away.
Matt Moore should have threw that away. He's a veteran. He knows better.
In this situation.
Now there's an open man.
No, he wasn't open. There was nobody open.
The end zone, and
Good job, Selvey.
Monty Kiffin's defense is
Very good job.
into a 3rd and goal from the 19-yard line. Dallas again taking a timeout, conserving time on the clock. Otherwise, Miami could have run most of it down. Of course, it's preseason, but in a way, the coaches are still doing, as Jason Garrett will, what they might do in the regular season under these circumstances. And Garrett can spend more time now thinking about game management, which has been a little bit of an issue.
Does Selvey remind me of Greg Ellis a little? Yeah, it's just a 98. That's the only thing that reminds me of Greg Ellis.
And I'm sure Bill Callahan saying, hey.
But I've heard Selvey's name a lot in training camp, so it's good to see. It's good to see these people that we're hearing their name at training camp come up and play. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Good job. Good job. Good job, guys.
Slides to the 8-yard line, but it'll be 4th down with a minute and a half to go.
Way to hold him to a field goal. Good job, fellas.
Another timeout. And tonight's
Derrick Rose, is this the Derrick Rose? Are you okay, man? Are you fine? Are you gonna play this year?
Football, they play some small college football, and it's been the home of the Hall of Fame game for years, marked by Interstate 77.
Great place. We appreciate all the hospitality every
Yeah,
year.
Carl Fuller. I think we're very soft up the middle. Our defense look. I mean, the turnovers are very good to see, but we'll see.
We're lining up and we're just playing ball. You got to beat the guy. Talked about what a great teacher Rod Marinelli is, of just pure technique. They do the same things over and over and over again. Felt like maybe the past couple of years they were a little too multiple. I wanted to get back and simplify it a little bit, and that's really what Monty Kiffin and Tony Dungy are all about.
So this is a very, very good stop. Very good stop. So I like the defense. I like the defense. There's people bothering me. Very good job. Very good job. There goes the shutout, of course. How long? Tanny might get a lot of play time in the second half.
They were 3rd in the league in takeaways, 17.4 lowest points per game allowed over that span.
How long has my wife been acting? She's been acting since she was Shanola. How long have you been acting since you were 3?
Since I was 4.
Say hi to everyone.
Hi.
Say hi, happy birthday.
Oh, whoa, I look shiny. No, I can't do that.
It's hot. It's hot. No, they can't see you. They can't see you. Bye, everybody. That's my niece, Anya. She's great. Hello. Hi. I'm usually here by myself when games are going on. Christy says hi, Shango. I mean, Miss Shango. BW Webb. BW Webb almost got killed.
He gets out to the 17-yard line. With NFL Fantasy Football, make draft day your day. Sign up free today.
That is my fear, OAR Wagner. Tannehill, he said, Tannehill reminds me of Ogletree, unfortunately kind of preseason warrior, but won't do much once the season starts. Him and Dunbar both, they looked very good last year during the preseason. Then during the season, they didn't look well. And that's what Ogletree did. And Ogletree had spilled over into the first game of the season last year, but then during the season, he couldn't evolve, you know. So we hope that he's not that type player. Throw it to number 17, please. There we go. Escobar. Good job, Escobar.
Second round draft choice from San Diego State. I think will make an impact this year. Tackle Darian Weems.
Not a bad strategy though when you're blocking Deion Jordan on the outside.
V-Crash says, what if the Colts drafted RG3 and the Redskins got luck? If the Redskins got luck with Shanahan and still got Alfred Morris, we would be in serious trouble. The only reason why we're not in serious trouble with RG3 is he might get hurt. But RG3's upside is probably a little more than Luck, but I think Luck is the more solid quarterback. Luck he's amazing. I wanted Luck bad. I wanted Luck to be our future.
From the 8-yard line on first down, it's Joseph Randall taking it up to the
But Tony Romo is our future and our recent past.
Backed up and maybe just content right now to let the clock tick away.
Well, Deion Jordan's going to give you a little look at his hustle now, coming off the edge and basically has contained, but then folds back underneath and gets in on the run. That's the kind of athlete he is. Very good in coverage, but a good tackler.
Yeah, I like the Escobar's hands also. Oh, boy.
Stevens slips away and then has to throw it away as Derek Shelby came in.
Escobar didn't get open that time.
15.
I'll tell you what, though, I've been a little impressed with Nick Stevens. He's got an NFL kind of arm, you know, and it does.
Hey,
you know, people say does arm strength matter?
Stevens is better than your boy last year from Texas A&M, that's for sure.
And that was all pure arm strength.
I'm just saying.
Quarterbacks that could have made that.
Hey, Romo.
Tie that football game in the situation. So when you get a guy with an NFL arm, tough to let those guys go easily.
What's up, Aha? 2569. That was a nice little explosives there, Randall.
Cowboys wanted to take a look at that 2-minute warning, and now Miami's going to take a timeout, and they want to take a look at that 2-minute offense.
Yeah, get Deion Jordan here and a little different look. They were sort of telling us they just planned on playing him at defensive end, but that was a little bit more of what he would do in college. Stand up, roam around. And
yeah, that was good. Yeah, Madnays, I'm reading my YouTube chat. Yeah, that's what I'm on. I try to follow my Twitter and all that kind of stuff, but it's really hard. I just focus on my YouTube chat and then I'll move on.
They got better too, you know. Danelle Ellerbe signed, Philip Wheeler looked great.
That was some explosiveness by Randall right there. I mean, he didn't get the first down, but that was the first time I liked what I saw. But he hasn't really had a great game so far, in my opinion. What if the Cowboys ended up getting Manziel in the future? Would you rather have Romo mentor him? I'd rather have Bridgewater, to be honest. But, ow, there you go, Wilcox. See, that's what we might have to deal with right there. We might have to deal with Wilcox being a special teams hitman for a few years while he learns the position. and then in a few years he becomes a monster. It's just hard for me to think. I hope that he does it. Now, don't get me wrong. I hope that he does it, but it's just hard for me to think that a kid that's played 1 year of safety at a small school is going to be a stud instantly. It's a hard reach from my mind. But I really hope it happens, and it can happen. It definitely can.
Is anybody who kind of on the spot in Miami this year? You just saw him.
No highlight junkie. I will not be happy if RG3 gets hurt. I would like to beat the Redskins at full strength. I don't like to see anyone get hurt. The Redskins, even though we went through a lot of injuries last year, the Redskins went through a lot of injuries also, and I just don't like that. So no.
Spike the ball, and there are 16 seconds remaining.
I'll give Matt more credit. He is a pro's pro.
Whatever. Homer Pimpson asks, whatever happened to Danny McCray? I don't know, and I'm not sure I care.
Some of his abilities, he's a veteran guy. We've seen him in Carolina.
Okay, Taj Boyd or Aaron Murray. I like Taj. Clemson boy here. Clemson, Taj Boyd. I mean, I can go with that. But we're definitely looking at our quarterback situation. We're definitely going to have to invest in the quarterback in the first 3 rounds of next year's draft. It's going to have to be someone that can play.
And he just fires the ball out of bounds. And again, it's George Selvey who's at a nice...
Selvey is doing great, man.
Listen more and Ware exchanged pleasantries of a sword on the sideline with 9 seconds left.
I'll tell you one thing.
What do I think of Marcus Lattimore taking over after Frank Gore retired? Lattimore is a true gem, in my opinion. Again, I'm telling you, South Carolina has some great football players, and Lattimore is another one. He came actually from my region of high school and played again. He's at my rival high school from Gaffney High, Burns High, and we saw a lot of him. So Marcus Lattimore is extremely studly, in my opinion. So I'm pulling for him, and I think he's going to do very well.
And this is going to do it for the half as Bumpus makes the catch, and they'll go to the line.
All right, good half, Cowboys. Good half. Defense played decent. They played pretty well. I mean, mainly with the turnovers that we saw from them that we really like. I mean, one was a fumble that was a bad handoff. We really didn't have anything to do with it, and the other one was really a tipped play, but at least we had the wherewithal to catch the ball, and then we advanced the turnover to the end zone. So those were our 2 main scores right now. Our offense really haven't our backup offense really haven't done anything. I mean, and that's just me being honest. I mean, our scoring came from those 2 turnovers, and that's it. So our offense is really this year probably going to be number 9. That's how we're going to score. Number 9 and number 88. All right, John G. Let me hook up my Skype and see if I can get you in here.
Have fun. Me too.
Shango. Derek Rose asks, Shango, did you hear Hatcher say that he might be in his last season here at Dallas? Your thoughts? Yeah. I mean, if he plays too good, he's going to guarantee too much money on the open market, and if he doesn't play that well, we probably won't re-sign him. So it's gonna be very. He's gonna have, if he's average, he'll come back, but that's not very good. So I think he's kind of smart. Now, if he plays extremely good and we're forced to pay him, you know what I'm saying, just because of what he paid, it's just going to be hard. It's hard to pay somebody that much money after 1 year of doing very well, because you don't know what's going to happen that next year. So it's a tough. Maybe we will franchise him like we did Anthony Spencer and see what we can get out of him out of the next season or whatever. But I think it's a very good chance that Hatcher is in his last season in Dallas. Johnson asks, do I think the Dallas Cowboys will make the playoffs as a wild card? No, I don't think anyone in the NFC will make the playoffs as a wild card. It will be a shock to me if that happens. I think the only person from the NFC East that's going to make the playoffs, like I said last year, will be the NFC winner, the NFC East winner. Yeah, Deion Jordan looked good. I will agree. Deion Jordan doesn't look as good as Selvey though. How do I rate Devontae Holloman's performance so far? A+ because he's from South Carolina. I'm a homer for South Carolina. I don't care what y'all think. I'm a homer for my home state. It's the greatest state in the world. No, excuse me, I said it wrong. It's the greatest state in the universe.
We got white, we got black, we got Latin, we got Asian, we got Samoans, we got Tongan.
Do I think Barry Church will have a breakout year after Achilles injury? I don't know. And last year I did not see enough of Barry Church at training camp. I did. A lot of people were calling in the DC Fanatics show talking about how good Barry Church was, and I really didn't see it with my own eyes. Again, and I've got to see him in live action with real football games to see how good he's going to be. But I'm hoping for the best for Barry Church. But he may be a part of the hype machine again. I do not know until we see him in live action. I only think he played, 2 games? So we'll see about Barry Church. Seeing the 4-3 and 4 action, what are my thoughts on the effectiveness of our roster? I think it's decent. I think we're playing okay. Our issue is going to be the running game. I don't see us being very stout and stopping the run, scheme wise. So I'm very worried about that. I'm worried about that, and then I'm also worried about our safeties. You saw J.J. Wilcox get beat pretty bad, right, at safety. So it's that worries me a lot. The corners, they do not worry me. Linebackers do not worry me. Only depth with the linebackers worry me, and defensive ends do not worry me. Defensive tackles worry me. And us being able to clog that middle, because that's the thing. If teams get on top of us, then they're going to pound that rock up the middle, and we'll see what happens after that. I'm checking my Skype and see if John G is around. J Mac, is this J Mac Arnett? Is the J Mac that's showing up over here? J Mac Arnett. If it is, what's up, man? And good luck to your Bucks, man. They're great on paper. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in real time. There's my Skype. What do I think of our O-line so far? Not so much. I think Tyron did a good job, in his little time out there. But the offensive line, I'm not a fan of. I just don't. Again, I have to wait to see them in action in the regular season to give them an accurate grade. But I'm very worried about offensive line. I'm very worried. I think Tony Romo escaped the season with his body limbs intact last year. I don't think he will be that lucky this year if he gets the same amount of pressure that he got last year. And if we don't have Tony Romo, we're done. We're done. Period. There's no ifs. There's no anything. Our team is lives and dies on the fact if Tony Romo is going to be there to play quarterback. No, Ash 0XO. No, you will not see that rant this season. No rants for me this season. I'm chill. I'm all season long. I'm chill. Unless, something crazy. That Seattle game deserved a rant. That's why it blew up like that. We all, as fans, we all knew that we should have played better in that football game. It was absolutely horrible. Kerry Rhodes is still a free agent. Don't know if him being gay plays a part, but he's okay safety. Yeah, he didn't come out as being gay. It's just, That mailman, me and wifey saw the pictures of Kerry Rhodes and his friends, so that's why I can't stop laughing or whatnot. But it may have something to do with stuff. Selby, I like him. Highlight Junkie asks, Shango, then who do you think will win the NFC East? My pick is still, if Washington remains healthy, Washington wins. Just because of they have a strong defense, a decent defense. London Fletcher is coming back, and then the fact that of their strong running game and RG3. Thoughts on Monty Kiffin's play calling? I like his pressure on the quarterback. I think we're getting really good pressure on the quarterback. So I really like that from Monty Kiffin. Apollo Beta asks, do I have any lucky objects that I bring when I watch a Cowboys game? Superstitions, rabbit's feet? No. No superstitions, none of that stuff. I don't believe it, no, whatsoever. Josh Morgan said we made a mistake with Free. I think Free is our best option though. Brian Bucksaw says Spencer and Hatcher could both be playing their last seasons in Dallas. I agree, they really could. Yeah, you're right. The Homer Pimpson. Hatch is getting up there in age. You know, Hatcher was one of my favorite players way back in the day. And, you know, Hatcher, this time of the season and during training camp, Hatcher was always a monster. And then he tailed off during the season for some reason. So, we'll see. Jordan Gill asks, what is the biggest concern I've noticed during the first half? Safeties, run defense, and offensive line. Those are the things. And the run game has been decent, but I think most of the run game has been Phillip Tanner getting in on his own. Tanner's a monster tonight. Next draft, we would need a quarterback between 3 and 5, defensive back, O-line, either 1 or 2. We don't need any more offensive skill position. Yeah, please, no more wide receivers, tight ends, running backs, or none of that stuff. Just leave that stuff alone, and let's get some big nasties, and let's get a quarterback. Am I going to the first regular season game? No, I'm going to, and I think I said this on my video, I'm going to the Dallas-Minnesota game because wifey in there, she's a big Minnesota Vikings fan, and it's the first time we'll go to the Dallas-Minnesota game, so we should have a lot of fun. We're going to be there with Kathy at Sports Connection, Sports Connection with an X, sportsconnection.com, and we're going to have a tailgate party. It's going to have a lot of fun, so please, if you want to come to a game and have a lot of time, have a good time, come to that one. Gosh, when I closed that door, the sweat came more. Hold on. Shanola, did you turn off the air conditioning? Did you turn off the air conditioning? Yes, honey. I'm about to die in here.
It's really cold down here, though.
Okay.
Do you want me to bring you the window fan?
Yeah.
Because I didn't see a difference in your room.
Yeah.
I'll put something right by your face.
Derrick Rose, I like those Dolphin jerseys. They look, I mean, my first reaction from them was very nice. They're a different, nice color of green. I hope so, Cowboy Bill. I hope she has a long trip home because if the Vikings win, I'll have to hear it from her.
You don't have anywhere to plug it.
I don't have any empty plugs.
How long were you there?
We're at halftime now. That's all your stuff in that bag.
Why wouldn't you tell me that?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Here.
I need a water. I know, Simple Ed. I need a water.
You feel that?
Yes. Thank you. Yes, I'm very hot. You can tell I'm quite shiny.
Want me to get you a towel?
No, I'll be
Get a
alright.
towel and wipe your head off.
I think Dallas and Washington will split 2 games, and really think that Dallas will win the East this year. They have a lot to prove, and they play with more heart. I hope that you're right, James. But the thing that scares me about the Redskins is not RG3. It's more Alfred Morris, and the way we look like we can't stop the run game is what worries me with that football team. Your 7-year-old says it's a long movie you're watching. Hey, Brian, is he a Cowboys fan already? Have you made sure that he's a Cowboys fan? It's hot in California, people. It's hot. Dallas Cowboys fan 501 says, if a running game improves from last year and Murray stays healthy, will that improve our odds of winning the East? Yes, but we must be able to stop the runs. For the Giants also, the Giants are going to have a very good running game next year. So we're going to have to be able to stop the Giants from running and stop the Redskins from running. And Shady McCoy is always a threat. All right, we're starting.
He's on top by a score of 17-3. He wins that one because the rookie out of Clemson through the end zone, and we're going to check in with Michelle.
Well, I just spoke with both coaches. Joe Philbin, pretty disappointed in his team and the turnovers.
Yeah, John G, we should see a lot of Joseph Randle this half, and I really want to see something good from him. I really do.
I expect you guys to come back and win this football game, so he's pretty into this.
I haven't heard anything. No one said anything yet, Cowboy Bill. If anybody hears anything from Matt Johnson's injury, please post it.
Let the guys play.
All right, Michelle, and we're going to see a new quarterback for Miami in Pat Devlin.
Cali might be just as hot as Texas. Texas has that humidity, though. Good job.
To Jonas Gray with a couple of really nice runs at the end of the first half, but this time there's Monty Taylor there, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage for a gain or loss of 3, second and third.
Aaron Ortiz, how did I become a Cowboys fan? I was a child of America's team. It was before, DirecTV and all that kind of stuff, and the Cowboys were on TV every week. I was 6 years old, and I fell in love with the star. Simple as that. 1976 or 77, and then I was a huge Tony Dorsett fan when Tony Dorsett came in the league. Look at Selvey! Oh my goodness! That bull rush was amazing!
Selby hasn't missed a beat.
Wow!
Thomas, who's been on the other end of a lot of it. That's just a straight bull rush. You kind of get set up for the speed move, and all of a sudden he dips his shoulder and runs right over you as a 300-pound guy.
Exactly. George, again, is another guy that's just been tutored by Rod Marinelli, and he's going to benefit from playing this style of defense.
Third down and 18 now. Devlin.
He held Selvey that time. That was a hole.
Even though they have more.
Where's the flag?
Philbin in particular likes Devlin, and it's 4th down, so it's a very.
Wow.
3 and out for Miami.
Tony, we were talking a little bit about it. If they
Selvey's showing a lot, man.
this defensive line, I'm talking about DeMarcus Ware, Jason Hatcher, Jay Ratliff, and Anthony Spencer.
Cal Wilbur is looking amazing also. These guys may be getting a lot of tutelage from Monty Kiffin and rushing the passer, because Wilbur looks a lot better than he did last year.
In the numbers, they've got DeMarcus Ware, and he's going to be the bell cow, but they need that depth.
B.W. Webb.
Flag is thrown, a booming punt by Fields, who led the league in punting average last year, but a penalty marker is all the way back at the line of scrimmage. John Parry making the call here. And so it is Dallas now with a new quarterback, Alex Tanney.
Alex Tanney's in the game, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see the trick shot quarterback.
Now, some of you know that Miles Austin played at Monmouth, but that was Monmouth in New Jersey. This was Monmouth.
Yeah, that was a great sack Selvey did. I can't get over it either.
Phenomenal career, and he is a guy who has become, in his own way, a YouTube icon.
What I think about Romo not playing, Aaron, I'm glad Romo's not playing. I'm glad. Not with this offensive line. Wait till I don't even want to see him in the preseason.
Takes over at the 21-yard line, and he has Joseph Randall, the rookie out of Oklahoma State, the fifth-round draft choice, as his running back. And Randall goes to the right side and can't get around.
Not a good run, Randall.
21-yard line. The talents of Tanney. Viral on YouTube. Here he was in college. They get a flip phone, and all of a sudden this shows up. He hits the right upright. The trick shot artist hits the left upright, and then from his knee, winds up hitting the crossbar.
Believe me, Tony, he's just warming up.
They just showed the trick.
It's off the charts.
Second down and 10. Tony, have you seen this stuff yet?
I've seen a little bit. Have you seen a little?
Oh, Frederick got destroyed.
That's not going to wind up on YouTube.
Frederick got destroyed just then, guys. That was Frederick.
They do keep possession of it. Tristan Obalugo is the man who forced
Thank you, Gal.
but Dallas is able to retain it.
And did you see Tanney? He said, whoa, that never happened in Division III football. Tries to scramble up and took a big shot.
No one was rushing him when he hit that goalpost.
No.
Tristan Obalugo is the man who comes in and forces the issue.
I didn't like seeing that.
He's still in possession of the ball and hands it off to Joseph Randall. And Randall comes close to picking up the first down. All right, so that wasn't all that he did. He had no idea this was going to go viral. Then there's this. Off the trampoline into the garbage pail.
This one he said was the hardest one. He saw their reaction to that one. Look at that. You shoot better than I do with a basketball.
Check this out.
Swish.
Into the other room. I love it. That's the welcome.
Yeah, the Frederick. I mean, the Frederick one is having the negative impact, like the opposite of the positive impact the Selvey play did.
NFL experience in his preseason is King Benford.
Good job, Benford.
Makes the catch. Tanney at 6'4" and 220, so he had to put on some weight. In fact, he was a miler when he was in school and actually ran a 420 mile, which he bears.
Terrific. But he said, being a miler, he can never put on weight. So he finally quit that. He quit basketball and got in the weight room, got up to about 210.
Is the stream okay?
280 after that.
Woo!
Actually on the Kansas City roster, at least in the offseason, as Randall takes the ball, and then Andy Reid came in and got his release and wound up signing very recently with Dallas.
There we go.
You ever get any tapes like that? Guys will do anything to get a tryout.
Brendan Nelson, what's up, man? Yeah, I am pumped for 25. I am. I'm going to go ahead and buy it. I'm kind of waiting to see what's happening with Time Warner because I might move to DirecTV, but I want to get that package of Madden 25 and the Sunday ticket.
Third down and 1, and they have the ball on the wrong hash mark. There's so many hash marks here because you play college football, you play high school football, and then there's this.
Oh, I saw Randall had one. He had one good run, but he had a lot of average to not so good runs, and that was a good cut by him. That was a very good cut by Randall. He's not looking as good as Tanner though. He's really not.
I'm sure it wasn't take one.
I asked him. He said that take 3 on the hitting the right upright, the left upright, and the middle. That was the third take. But he wasn't giving up the rest
But that was his second good run right there. He got the first round, and I'll take that all day. The Chiefs scare me a bit. There you go. He's getting his feet underneath him. Art Donovan died. Oh man, he was a funny guy.
One of the more cleanly played Hall of Fame games I've seen.
Here's the story right here. Travis Frederick, the #1 draft pick, watching with his cut block, playing guard now. So they're trying to figure out, are they better off with Frederick playing guard and Phil Costa coming in to play center? They're looking for their best 5, right, Tony? You don't really care position-wise. Give me my best 5.
Absolutely. We saw Larry Allen last night at the Hall of Fame, and he played 4 different positions before they finally got locked in.
He's got to be one of Dallas's best 5 right now.
Best 5 ever, baby. Oh, boy.
Wow, Frederick.
That's the big problem is the 2 guard spots, and Randall reverses.
Randall made that on his own. Frederick he got destroyed. I mean, he got blown off the ball. Did you see that?
You know, one of the issues in the past.
And Randall had to cut it backwards. Watch Frederick. Number 70. 97 takes him all the way back, and he actually holds him. And Randall takes it back the other way. So Randall's doing a lot better.
Philip Tanner, I thought, looked terrific, and now the draft pick, Joseph Randall, who led the Big 12 last year with over 1,400 yards rushing. So they're looking for that depth so they don't get hit like they did a season ago.
That'll help you balance the offense in a hurry. And that pass is deflected and incomplete, intended for Benford.
Highlight Junkie asks, who is the best team in all of football? Who is the best team this year? Healthy, I think the Denver Broncos have made enough upgrades to possibly be the best in football. Followed closely by the 49ers and the Seahawks, adding Percy Harvin, but Percy's hurt, so I can't say that they are the best right now. But I have to go with the Broncos.
His third full year, 3rd down and 5 now from the 38-yard line. Tony, we've talked about the Dallas defense, and we'll talk about the offense when we come back. Timeout right here.
Yeah, not
Dallas up by 14.
Not liking what I'm seeing of Frederick right now. Derek Rose says Falcons, man. I don't like the pickup of Steven Jackson with the Falcons. I think S. Jax is done. I really do. So we'll see what happens with those guys. But the offensive game, the offensive powerhouse that is in Atlanta is incredible. And we have to see what O.C. Umenyiora does as far as them getting pressure on the passer and what that defense can do. But no, I'm not behind Atlanta like that. Packers might be good. And Packers did a lot to their defense. They added a lot of talent on their defense, and they're getting a lot better. So the Packers could be one of the better teams.
Where taste is king.
Kids, get in here. Just got DirecTV, NFL Sunday ticket. Wow. Nice. Yeah, switch from cable. Now I get every single game every Sunday. Oh, every game? Yeah. It's going to be perfect Sunday from here on in.
Yeah, Frederick looked better at center than he has at guard.
There we go. That's better.
Become the world's most powerful fan. Get NFL Sunday ticket at no extra charge. Call 1-800-DIRECTV.
Sunday Night Football being
All right, we got to see. I mean,
where taste is king. Corona would invite you to
Travis Frederick is looking like a 3rd-round pick. He's not looking like a 1st-rounder. I'm just being honest. The Bengals, Todd May, the Bengals are going to be a pretty good team. It just depends on that. Depends on Dalton. You know, Dalton's a good quarterback, and we'll see. I like the Vikings. The Vikings have a a couple of pretty good receivers there with Greg Jennings and that rookie. So we'll see what the Vikings have, but when you have a strong running game like they do, then you could do anything. There go Deion Jordan causing havoc.
Jason Garrett will not call the plays. Bill Callahan will, and I guess this will give Garrett an opportunity to do what coaches have to do.
Our offense hadn't done much tonight with Bill Callahan's play calling. I'm being honest with you. The offense haven't. I mean, it looked average at best. Our scoring came off those turnovers. Thank you, Monty Kiffin.
And the kick will bounce at the 15 and be down at about the 3-yard line. That's where the drive will begin.
Good job, special team.
47 remaining in the third quarter.
I don't know. Does anybody know if Felix is hurt already in Philadelphia? That would be interesting. I don't even know if if Felix is going to make that team in Philadelphia, because you got I can't think of his name right now. The backup running back to Shady, who was doing very well last year. So you got those two that's going to be the first two guys, and I don't know if they're going to pay Felix to sit the bench. Bryce, yes, exactly, Calvin.
Hello? What up, Greg? Oh, I got to finish something.
And Zimbalist says, Tanny is our Brady. Wow. What an endorsement you made there. He did get cut by a couple other teams. We'll see. Yeah, if Kansas City can stay healthy, I'm not a hater of Alex Smith. I think Alex Smith is a pretty good quarterback, and he just got moved out of that position by San Francisco, who wanted to go younger, wanted to go with a different type of quarterback and whatever. And you can't be mad at San Francisco for that move. But Alex Smith did get him to the NFC Championship game. So with a coach like Andy Reid that is going to do some interesting stuff, Kansas City could be a good football team if they remain healthy. How about the Bucs in the NFC? I think on paper the Bucs are absolutely amazing, on paper. That running back they have is a killer. The quarterback I'm not sold on completely. That defense, they probably need to get some more pass rushing right there. But other positions, they look great. At corner, they look great. The Bucs could be an offensive line, one main position. They look great. So the Bucs might be a team to deal with. But we'll see. I don't care how you look on the paper. You got to play the football game.
Swing pass to the outside, and it's Evan Rodriguez needed 9, but still Michelle.
Al, thank you very much, Dave. Last night in your speech, you said the thing about the Hall of Fame is it's the closest a football player can get to immortality. So
Tom May said, "We're working with Selby. Somebody is." Yeah, Felix lost his burst or something. It's just slicing our defense with the run game, man. Luck, Bridgewater, Manziel. Good night, Highlight Junkie. Ash, I think I am gonna do live streams for these games. I mean, I enjoy it. Sometimes I get too much into trying to talk to you guys and watching the game, but woo. Nice catch. So we'll see. We'll see how this works out during preseason. I usually do them during preseason for sure.
Family, a big word for you. You paid a lovely tribute to your late wife Elaine last night, saying that She was a Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
She
Selvey is the
was
player of the game.
Green Bay
Easy.
in 1964 from New Jersey. You told her, don't come, because in your words, now let's say, you said, there are no black wives here. But she came and supported you in a fairly isolated fashion. What would she think of all this?
Oh, she should be here. I'm going to tell you, this is, I lost part of my speech.
Yeah, do preseason. Because, I'm more relaxed during preseason. Sometimes during regular season game, I get kind of wound up. Sorry, it just happens. But preseason will be good. And I'm going to Europe in a couple of weeks, so. What linebacker safety are you talking about? Holloman's doing great.
Just a lovely story. And Al, Dave lives right up the road in Akron, so whenever he wants to come visit.
I hadn't heard much about what's his name. I can't think of his name right now. The other guy, 43.
Oh, that's great, Michelle. Just about a 20-minute drive right down the interstate. On 3rd and 12, taking off now is Pat Devlin.
Oh, yeah, Holloman. You can't do that in the NFL.
And they'll tack on a few more.
John Son, do you think they're ever going to get rid of Tony Romo? No. This was the year, if they were going to do anything with Tony Romo as far as moving to another quarterback, this was the year to do it. And they didn't do it. They gave him a big, long contract. I know it's like really only 3 years, but it's so heavy next year that it's probably going to get an extension. And that's going to add another year on him. So Tony Romo is going to be our quarterback for at least probably 3 or 4, maybe 5 years. I was ready for a change, ladies and gentlemen. I was. And it's not because of Tony Romo. It's because all the other holes in our football team. I was ready to close those holes up and get us some depth and get us some draft picks and get us some some more stuff in here, but oh well. Jakir, that's the name.
Talked about the great Lombardi tradition, those 3 straight championships, and then you look at Herb Adderley, the great quarterback, Willie Davis, the defensive end, Orange Shrine.
Rarely even says everyone seems to be taking the Bucks lightly. You shouldn't be taking the Bucks lightly. I mean, the way they're kind of like the Vikings, where they are going to lean heavily on that run game, and with that beastly offensive line, they can probably do some crazy things. So we'll see. Who is the best cornerback in the NFL? Ash. Nnamdi. I'm just kidding. Can you believe 2 years ago he was considered the best in the league? It's unbelievable. Probably Revis. Probably until he looks bad. I've got to go with Revis, because Revis is a heady guy. He's smart. He's what you want in the cornerback. I don't know how the Jets let him go unless the Jets know something.
More than 100 home favorites to be here for the weekend. There's Gray. You heard Dave Robinson talking about what it's like to be with all of these guys. It was. I mean, it's an amazing scene.
Westlake Cowboy, what's up, man? Good to see you, man. Think about how bit of a nightmare it would be to have Manziel in Dallas. I mean, it would be a media circus more than the circus that's already there to have Manziel in Dallas. So, I mean, I like Manziel, but go somewhere else, please. Will Miles get cut? No. Miles will not get cut. Miles probably won't be with the team next year, but he won't get cut this year. Not at all. And Alex G says I should really show a screen of the game as well. I can't do that because of the NFL. That they have rights of this game, so I can't really, put the game on here with me. I wish I could, but no, it'll get shut down quickly. If the Cowboys do shorter pass attempts and a consistent running game with that help, I think that's going to be our plan, to use short passes as our running game, but I don't know. I mean, we need to be able to run the football. You need to be able to run the football. The 49ers, the Seahawks, the Redskins, the Vikings, All those teams can run the football. And then you see the Green Bay Packers, a team that couldn't run. They invested heavily in the run game this past year. The Giants can run the football. It's just we seem to be kind of like the Detroit Lions, where we have a very potent pass game, but our running game is just not really there. That's a first down. He'll think he got it.
Nets it, but the way it looks right now, they're going to spot it just short. Oh, they got a good arm, though. I don't know.
I'm going to tell you what. Guy Bumpus was a gutsy little receiver. He shows you something there. He was in the middle of 3 or 4 guys. Knew he was going to take a shot. Still had to lean into the hit because it was his only chance to get a first down. Come out here, arrow out. Back in, now he knows he's got to lean forward to take a shot.
So sure about that spot.
Yeah, the Reaper. You see, Adrian Hamilton has not left the Ravens. The Ravens aren't silly enough to get rid of him. Dallas football.
He got a good spot, but not good enough.
Robbie 808 Media Circus. Yeah, Philadelphia is pretty much a circus right now, but we'll see what comes out of that. When will Tony Gonzalez? This is Tony Gonzalez's last year. I'm almost sure of it. There's no way. There's no way he's gonna continue. If I were coach for the Cowboys, what would I do? I don't know about coach. I know if I was general manager, I would have taken this season to retool this football team. If I was going to go to a 4-3 defense, I would invest in trying to get players for that 4-3 defense, and I would get my team together, and then after I get my team together, I'd go get my quarterback of the future, of the next 10 years. Not the quarterback for the next 3 years. I would get the quarterback for the next 10 years and just move on for the right there. Because you've seen in the NFL, Tony Romo is a great quarterback. He's an awesome quarterback. But you've seen in the NFL that the successful teams, a lot of them, look, that's Colin Kaepernick right there. They have first, second, and third year guys at quarterback. They have young studs that can run the ball, that can pass the ball, that can execute their offense. And that's what I would like to do. I would like for us to get a team that can run the ball and stop the run first, and then get a quarterback to add the extra something on the top. But we didn't do that. We still don't have much depth. We still don't have an offensive line to protect our one quarterback. The guy that is invaluable to our offense, because if Romo goes down, we're totally done. Our offense, our team is totally dependent on Tony Romo right now, and we do not have adequate protection for him to keep him alive. So that worries me a lot, and I would not be comfortable as a general manager going into a football season that way. I wouldn't. I don't care if it was Peyton Manning. I don't care what kind of talent I have back there at quarterback. I would not be comfortable going into a season when I cannot protect him and not give him adequate time to do what he needs to do. It just doesn't make sense to me.
So the Cowboys begin from...
Sorry for my little mini rant, but that's just how I feel.
Miscommunication there, Costa and Tanny.
Do you see us getting Tim Tebow as backup? No, I don't. No. Tebow is going to stay in New England because they're going to need something, and Tebow can do a lot of things on offense. Orton is okay. Would I play Flacco all that money? Probably, because that's a formula that is working right now. It worked for the Super Bowl last year. So if the formula is working, you kind of have to keep it going. You know what I'm saying? If you have a formula that is not, like our formula is not working, we're not getting the playoffs, we're not winning the Super Bowl and things like that, then that's when you go for change and try to figure out, a formula that will work.
Second level. Block here. Sprang Tanner for a nice run. Now he moved over to guard. Now he's sitting out. I think he's proven his point that Cowboys made the right choice with that first.
You know, they did a good job of showing Frederick's good plays there, and they didn't show his bad plays. So now everybody's going to be saying that he's a stud, he's a super stud. But Frederick has not had a very good football game today. But there go Chris Collinsworth, and that's why our players get overvalued right there. Chris Collinsworth didn't already said, oh, he did awesome today. But we've watched him, and we've watched him get blown up by second and third tier players on here. So I that's what bothers me about, you know, us being on TV and doing stuff like that. Randall.
Jordan a little bit, the number 1 pick of the Dolphins. Your son Eric is at Oregon, so you got a chance to see Deion Jordan a lot, I'm sure. What do you think?
I did. Outstanding athlete, tremendous player. Came in there as a wide receiver, long arms, just developing into his body. I think he's going to be a great pass rusher in this league.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, you're right, but Costa's not. Something's got to happen at guard. You know, Costa's playing very well at center also. So we'll see. Okay, now Randall is showing something.
That was Randall being of age. Here's Jordan's night so far.
Take it, Tony. What do you say?
Well, they got him standing up. He did this in college, playing in that linebacker mode. Again, he can find the ball. But this is what he really does best: the shake and the speed. And the
Randall had a slow start, but he's actually really showing something right now.
This part, he's got to learn staying active and staying after it. But this is a kid who loves the game, and again, I think the sky's the limit for him.
Ron Curse, I think, holds the rookie sack record, about 14, something like that. Does he have that kind of potential?
You know, I think he can. If they get into situations where they get ahead and he can rush the passer, he can do it. And that play's going to end the quarter. Tony, thank you very much. It's great to be with you. Great way to start the year. You're on that Canton, Eugene.
What did Wagner say?
Not a nonstop, but we'll get there eventually. End of 3, 17-3 Dallas back.
Fit better at center, Frederick or Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant is better at center. Why do I wear sunglasses so much? Because I got lights coming at me, and it's annoying.
Yeah, but the Honda Summer Clearance has deals on the cars you actually want. Like the 2013 Civic LX. The first car in its class to get 99 HS top safety bid plus rating.
I'd say play Costa center with Frederick as backup until Costa gets hurt. Yeah, but Frederick needs to be on the field. That's why they're trying Frederick at guard.
There's someone else. You're the guy.
It's going to make us weaker because we have a problem Costa can play center. We're having a problem with guard. And neither Frederick, it doesn't look like either Frederick or Costa can play guard very well.
Five-week exclusive look inside the Cincinnati Bengals. Coach Marvin Lewis has high expectations for his young and hungry team.
Where the heck is J.J. Wilcox today?
Veteran or rookie, the toughest 5 weeks of their lives.
Don't think because you were on this team last year that you're on a team this year.
Hard knocks.
Robbie, yes, the NFC is wide open. The NFC East is a toss-up for sure. If Selby keeps playing like he has today, Selby's going to make the team. Yuma Cactus says, when your team runs for 100 yards in the first half, maybe the O-line did okay. Maybe so, but if you look at those runs, a lot of those runs were Tanner. Tanner did a lot of that stuff. I mean, breaking tackles, spinning off tackles, and things of that sort. Tanner looked very, 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 very good. And right now, for instance, to Yuma Cactus, you saw the play where Frederick got totally blown up, and Randall actually made the play by going the opposite side of the field and making something out of the play. So it's not always as cut and dry as like that, but they might have done better. The pass blocking wasn't very good. It just wasn't.
All right, well, thank you. With Curly Culpin, you became eligible for the Hall of Fame.
Man, I'm gonna dread having the Cowboys in Madden this year. I'm gonna dread having the Cowboys in Madden this year with that salary cap situation and Romo's contract and things of that sort. Oh boy. Oh boy.
You were drafted by the Broncos, and then they tried to turn you into an offensive lineman.
Yes, Crewhead, I think it's possible for Witten, Bryan, and Miles all to have at least 1,000 yards this season. I do. I really do.
Doing all of that.
If Romo stays healthy, most definitely.
I had an opportunity to play in the College All-Star game that year in Evanston. I was rather late getting to training camp, and so I guess all the college scouts thought that I would be best played at offense, and so I never played offense that much in college. And so
Dez is not being traded. I will not trade Dez Bryant this year at all. That is not going to happen. Dez will be on the Cowboys throughout the entire. Dez, Bruce Carter, Sean Lee. You're not getting in, and Ware, DeMarcus Ware. You're not getting any of those guys. Forget about it.
But you know, the story goes that Hank Stram was the head coach of Kansas City Chiefs, and he was at Arizona State University there in the athletic conference. I mean, he said, well,
I don't know. I think the Austin situation is cut and dry now. I think with us getting Terrence Williams, it just tells that Austin's going to be gone. Unless Terrence Williams doesn't pan out, which I doubt. I think he's going to do well.
But the defense dominated. Why were you able to have so much success that day?
Well, we're a better team. You know, we practiced hard. We studied a lot of film, and we knew different people.
Is that cup okay? Yeah. I had trail mix in there.
And you did. And Al Michaels proud to call you an Arizona State guy as well. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much.
Al.
All right, thank you, Michelle. And well, Hank Stram had his offense matriculating the ball down the field. Curly took care of the other side. There he is, as the NCAA Division I heavyweight wrestling champion. Had a chance to
Curly Culp, he looks like me. Guns.
Pro Football Hall of Fame.
And my favorite
How many jerseys do I have, Alex G? I don't have many right now. I still have a T.O. jersey in there. I have a Felix Jones jersey in there. I have a Roy Williams jersey in there. I have a Leonard Davis jersey in there. And I have my Sean Lee jersey, of course. Oh, and I have a Dat and Win jersey. My boy, Dat. Robinson's not any good anymore, I don't think. Robinson has the headache things, man. Pando 884. I have ordered my PS4. It will be here. I will get it as soon as it gets here. Tyler Boykin, I can't trade Romo. I can't trade Romo's it's a cap hit on him so I mean we're stuck. Will I have Madden videos on YouTube? Probably. Yes, Williams is hurt. He had a concussion. Dez will be number 1 pick if we go fantasy. That's for sure. No, RG3 will be number 1 probably. Brendan, I don't play anything other than Madden. So PS3, I'll be playing Madden. When I get the PS4, I'll just be playing Madden. Would I start Holloman over Sims? No, I wouldn't. Sims is for the future. He's got to learn or whatever. But Sims has been here for a while, and let Sims lose that job. Will Tony Romo throw over 5,000 yards this year and throw less picks? I don't want Tony Romo to throw over 5,000 yards this year because all the yards Tony Romo threw this past year, they were late game yards because we were trying to catch up because our running game and our offense wasn't working for 3 quarters. And then he was just improvising, throwing the ball around and making some big plays to Dez and stuff like that. I don't want that type of offense anymore. I want a running game. I want a steady offense that walks the ball down the field and punches it in the end zone. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fascinated by big stats from quarterbacks. It doesn't do a thing for me. Wins do stuff for me. So that's what I want from Tony Romo. Who's the most underrated player in NFL? I don't know, man. That's a good question. That's a good question. Maybe Alex Smith. Because Alex Smith gets, oh boy. He gets beat up pretty bad as being a horrible quarterback, and he's really not.
Joe Philbin, the head coach from Massachusetts, goes to Worcester Academy Prep School in the late 70s. His English teacher is Mike Sherman. Believe it or not. And there is Mike, who's the offensive.
I know I got some terrible jerseys. I do. I mean, come on. Roy Williams, Felix Jones, Leonard Davis. that's a bad jerseys, man.
At Worcester Academy. And Devlin throws and the pass is incomplete. With the flag down.
Yeah, that was on Sterling.
Intertwining. As Philbin is in Sherman's class, O'Keefe is the head coach. Sherman eventually goes.
But John G., go back and look at our football games last year. Our offense was not a well-oiled machine last year. And that's our problem. We'll sit there and we'll look at the stats and where we ended up, in offense ranking and stuff like that and say, oh, our offense was great. But when you go look back into games, our offense struggled a lot. And then in the fourth quarter, we racked up on yards. We racked up on scores and things of that sort by Tony Romo, doing his backyard football act and getting a whole bunch of yards and getting a whole bunch of scores right there at the end. We did it game after game after game. So it's not like we have the most well-oiled machine offense, and that's what I would rather have. I don't like us having to come back at the end of the game and throwing the ball around like crazy or whatever. That does nothing for me. I want to have a solid offense where we grind the ball out and we score and we play good defense after that. Do I think RG3 starts week 1? Yes, definitely. Unless he gets hurt in the preseason or in practice or something like that, RG3 will start the season against Philadelphia. Will you scream if the Cowboys win the Super Bowl? I would be so elated if the Cowboys. I'd be shocked first because I don't see it happening at all. But I would be so happy. That's when you're the most happy, when you didn't expect it. And this year I don't expect it. Am I gonna have a post-game recap? Yes, I think I will. I think that's what's going to be Frederick's thing, and he's going to be a good run blocker. The pass blocking, again, worries me. Why does it worry me? Because a dead Tony Romo means a dead Dallas Cowboys football team. We have no chance without Tony Romo. It's just not going to happen. So that's why.
Second down and goal now from the 6. And Devlin, an inside handoff out of the shotgun, but coming up to make the tackle on Gray is Jakar Hamilton. They're trying to put a spot on the roster.
Nate, what's up, Nate? People need to relax on all the Tanner hype. Nate, it was Tanner hype all through last year too. It was Tanner. And then when the season started, it was like, ooh. But who do we cut, Nate? Are we gonna keep all four running backs?
Make it a one-possession game.
Lee, and there, what a player he is. He and Bruce Carter went out last year.
Yeah, Midnight Cat, you're right. We had 0 running game all last year. And we're going to... That's the reason why the Washington Redskins were a better team than us last year. And it was specifically because of the running game. It was not because RG3 better than Romo or anything. It was because they ran the football. They ran the football. That was a good hit by Hamilton. But they ran the football very well, and that was the reason why they were a very good football team last year. We need that aspect to our football game.
Micah Pellerin in the coverage, just giving way too much room. Outside technique without inside help on the goal line. It's pretty deadly. You just don't know if Car Hamilton was...
Do I like our late bye week?
Nice throw by Devlin.
No. I don't. I would rather get our bye week over early, I think. But we'll see. At least we'll have a chance to get healthy or whatever, and after getting beat up, and we'll get a second win for that second half of the season. So it may turn out well for us because we tend to fade toward the end of the year, and maybe that late bye. But then we'll see. We'll see. I just like to get that bye over with. I've liked it early. Exactly, John G. Where's Eric Rodgers? Speaking of height, where's Eric Rodgers and where's J.J. Wilcox? Both of them, actually. I'm done with. I don't want any tricks, Crewhead. Crewhead says, I think we'll run a lot of hurry-up offense during the games this year. I don't need any more trickery. You know, that was my big thing about Jason Garrett from the beginning when he first installed his offense. It had a lot of trickery in it, and I'm not into that. I'm into lining up and blowing the other team off the football. That's what I'm into. So we'll see if Callahan brings more of that to the table. But like I said, the offense hasn't really impressed me that much today. Yeah, Romo went down a few years ago and Kitna came in and did a nice job. But then didn't we end up like horrible that season or whatever? But and I don't think we have a quarterback. I don't think Orton is as good as Kitna as far as in the smarts. Kitna ran the offense and ran it very well. But with Orton and the way Orton has looked in practice and the way Orton's looked, I just don't see. I don't see it. I don't see us doing anything without Tony Romo. I don't think Orton is anywhere close to the quarterback Tony Romo is. Barbie Garcia says, "Hey Shango, I'm trying to decide what Cowboys jersey I want to buy. In your opinion, is Des Bryant a good one to get?" Yes, Des Bryant. You have to. This is what I learned my lesson on all those horrible jerseys I got. So that's why I got a Sean Lee jersey. Sean Lee is going to be with the Cowboys for a long time. Des Bryant ain't going nowhere. So he's a good jersey to get. Like DeMarcus Ware 8 years ago was a good jersey to get. You know what I'm saying? Bruce Carter is a good jersey to get. Bruce Carter ain't going nowhere. So those are good jerseys. Who else is a good one? I'd be scared of DeMarco Murray right now. I don't know who buys Miles Austin jersey right now. Terrence Williams is a decent one to get right now because he might be our future. Mo Clay is a very good one because he's not, even if he's not a stud corner, he's going to be on our team for a good while. That's it. That's it.
When you make SUVs for 65 years, all that learning leads to something remarkable. The Range Rover Evoque. Winner of over 120 awards, including the 2012.
If we stink it up next year, we're not going to stink it. There's no way we're going to stink it up that bad, I don't think, Mr. Robertson, 9161. I would love to get Clowney. I would love to get Clowney. But I don't think it's going to happen. Brandon Carr's going to be there for a good bit, yeah. I'm not sure. Maybe like 2-3 more years, maybe at most. Pats for life. I mean, seriously. Alex E. Romo jersey.
I remember getting a call from Jerry saying, son, would you like to be a Cowboy? I said, yes, sir.
Balaga went down with the knee injury. That's not good for the Packers at all, Yuma. Your cousins, Charlie Garner, John G? That's good. That's cool. Ton of catches with Callahan was in Oakland, expecting the backs get touches every year.
I think Jerry would agree with you. Yep. I think I agree with you too.
Larry.
Callahan was pretty strong too. A lot of good players out there.
Yeah, put them at left and right. Those two as a pair. Might pick up a few rushing yards. And the long pass is
Flag. No. There you go, your boy Eric Rodgers.
Thank you, Al. Larry, last night you opened up your speech by saying that you didn't talk very much to in your career. You let the helmet do the talking. I talked to Jason Witten tonight. He said, I played with him for 3 years. I didn't ever hear him say a word. And then you rolled out this speech that really entertained and moved people. What was that like for you?
Oh, I was scared to death.
Where does this personality come from with Larry Allen? I mean, he's all over Facebook. He's just a bright human being right now, man. And when he played, he was just like a mean ogre. Eric Rodgers.
That's great news. You know, you said that everything you did in your career, you did it for respect from your teammates, from your opponents, from the NFL.
Do I think Jason Hatcher's going to have a big year? I don't know. I don't know about Jason Hatcher. I don't know if he's going to have a big year. Like I said, he's always a monster right here during training camp and during the beginning parts of the season. I think he's always big time. But then when the season starts and the season tails on, he seems to tail off a little bit. So we'll see. And he's playing for money. This is his contract year. So, you know, maybe he does what Spencer did and picks up his game tremendously so he can make some money. But like I said, if he plays himself out of a contract for us, then, you know, we'll be looking for another defensive tackle. And again, that's the reason why we probably should have drafted Sharif Floyd, because at least we would have had someone to plug in just in case Hatcher plays himself into a bigger contract with another team, or in case Hatcher does not, you know, show up this season and we don't want to re-sign him at all. So we would have someone there. But to depend on Hatcher, who's on his last year of the contract, and depend on Ratliff, who hasn't really played for us in the last 3 years, it's going to be tough. I was really mad with the draft.
Short kick, Presley with the return to the 49. So Miami has the ball down by a touchdown.
Where do I get these? I bought these online, I think. I got these off YouTube. They're just sleeves. I got other pillows inside of them. Yeah. But they're just pillow covers. And I got them off YouTube. I mean off eBay. Brian Buckelaw said Garrett must have started calling plays again. I'm telling you, again, it's the same. I mean, for some, Jerry likes to spin things. Oh, we have a new play caller, so everything's going to be different. It's more of the execution of the players out there, and those and the players, they have to execute those plays better when they get called in the game. And that's what's going to have to happen this year. The players are going to have to execute the plays. Otherwise, it's going to be the same as when Jason Garrett was calling. Same as the defense. The defense, you know, it's a different scheme, but the players are going to have to make plays. You know, regardless of what scheme they're playing in, they're going to have to cause fumbles. They're going to have to make interceptions. They're going to have to anticipate where the receivers are going. They have to do a lot of things, you know, that they haven't been doing before. So it's that aspect to everything also. But Jerry likes to make you think that, oh, we've got a new play caller, so everything's going to be different now. But it's not true. It's going to be the same players out there that's going to have to make sure that play gets executed. Period. All right, Pats for life. I mean, we don't even play like that here with stupidness. So you're blocked for good. Done. He's gone. I mean, we don't do that here. You know what I'm saying? We keep it respectful. Isn't it ironic that Matt Johnson got hurt again? Yeah, he might be just that guy. He might be just that guy that gets hurt. Dwayne Harris is on the last year of his contract, so we don't know if Dwayne Harris will be back with us next year.
First down, the pass is batted incomplete. Penalty. Intended for Keenan Davis.
One thing I noticed with the 1s and 2s is there are very little penalties when there's been an Achilles heel for like a decade. Yeah, they did a good job with not getting stuff called. DeMarcus Ware, we didn't see you nice and clean. We didn't see anything on you out there at all.
Of course, had the shoulder surgery in the off season, but look at the difference we saw.
Yeah, Tony Zimbalist, you're right. Tony Romo is the best jersey to buy because he's going to be our quarterback for a long time.
He didn't look skinny anymore, man. He was tearing it up. He could end up with one of those monster years this year. Would not surprise me at all.
And for more on that, let's go to Michelle.
All right, Al, thanks. I'm with DeMarcus Ware. We were just talking about.
Simple ad. Yeah, Jason Garrett made some questionable calls, but if those plays were executed, they would have been brilliant calls. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot to play calling that is subjective. This year, Bill Callahan is going to make some plays that's like we question, like why did you run the ball when you could have thrown it? Why did you throw the ball when and those questions only come about if the play is not executed. So there's a lot of subjectivity that comes to play calling, and if it's not executed, then that's when the questions come in.
What do you think this is going to be like? Why is the talent, do you think, better suited to this?
When you play the 4-3, having guys like Lee Spencer, Jay, and Hatcher that can run to the ball, can make big plays, but you can use your athleticism to go and do big plays like tackles for a loss and tackle things that the 3-4 linemen can't do. And so we're going to use our athleticism.
Would I give up picks like the Redskins did for RG3 for Clowney? I'd probably give up anything. Clowney might be the next that guy, the next DeMarcus Ware. And he's a guy that you build a defense off of. He single-handedly can make your secondary awesome. Clowney could. So yeah, I would give up multiple picks for Clowney. Yeah, in a heartbeat. What do I think of play of George Selvey? I think I've heard a lot from Selvey from practice, and he's played absolutely incredible. And maybe we have a sleeper there, man, because he straight up looked like a stud. Philip Tanner is his normal preseason form. Philip Tanner always looked good in preseason, and we'll just see if he can bring it over into the regular season this year.
SMU on second down, and now with Miami lining up on 4th down and 4.
I think Ben Bass strained his knee. I think he should be fine. You live in John Son says he lives in Miami and everyone's mad at me for being a Cowboy fan. What should I do? Be proud of being a Cowboy fan. Screw them. No, it don't. Dakota, I don't mind other fans coming here. You know, there's been several Redskins fans, Eagles fans, Giants fans. They come here all the time. But all I ask is be respectful. I'm not sitting here. I'm not gonna drag your team. I don't have that kind of energy going on here where I'm just dragging your team or talking junk or saying disrespectful stuff. And I don't have any. I don't tolerate it at all. If you come here with that type of attitude, then you're blocked. Do you think Leary will have more playing time versus Oakland? Yeah, I do. And we actually, it looks like we really need to get Leary out there and get him some work because we're going to need a guard. We're going to need a guard. We only need some very good guard play. And with Living's injuries and McKenzie being horrible, then he needs time. I live in Landover and I'm a Cowboys fan. Needless to say, I get it bad when we lose. I bet so, man. Fins haven't tried BW Webb as much as would you. I think that may be just coincidence. I don't think that BW is shutting them down because I think that happens when you have a starting quarterback that goes back and looks in his progression and he has nothing over here, These guys are not really doing that as well. So I think it's just coincidence that BJ has not been tested.
7 points, and they do, and it's caught by Keenan Davis, who brought the Miami touchdown pass, and he was able to move the chains and keep the drive alive at the 30-yard line.
A little bit of room, but I tell you, it's a nice bold catch. Keenan Davis, a big, strong-looking guy. Goes up and
One thing, John G says, the one thing that I love about the 4-3 is that we'll be able to do more stunts with D-Ware. D-Ware is very dangerous on stunts. Yeah, I mean, we'll be able to do a lot with the passing game, the pass defense. And all I'm worried about with our pass defense is us getting sacks at the right time. And that's the thing that we were not doing well last year. We were not getting these sacks at the right time. This year, if we can get the sacks at the right time, we'll be okay. My big worry on our defensive line is the run game and us being able to stop the run and us getting gashed up the middle. It's gonna be a tough thing.
They'd see press coverage, they'd see one-on-one, they basically see defenses challenging them to try and throw the ball deep and not able to take advantage of it. But with Mike Wallace, I doubt you're going to see much of that.
On 2nd and 7, Devlin runs into his own man, and then the pass is not intercepted because he was out of bounds. Micah Pellerin comes down with the ball, but he was out of bounds, so simply an incompletion. 3rd down and 7 intended for Bumpus.
Really nice play by Pellerin there. This time he gets his head around, finds the ball, everybody's out of bounds. So
well, we'll see if we have something in Selby. I don't know much about him, but I know that he's been doing well in camp so far. So
they simply can't outrun these defensive backs.
I like it.
To the point, and basically Pellerin was deeper than the receiver.
D-Ware will always have a good year if D-Ware is playing.
Minus Wallace tonight, but Hartline as well, who will be their number 2 guy, and that was George Selby. It's a really good
Selby again. Selby is killing.
playing in the spot that will be occupied during the regular season by DeMarcus.
I'm really a Philadelphia 76er fan, but living out here in LA, I've become since I moved out here in 2000, I've become I follow the Clippers and I like the Clippers. And when we got Chris Paul, it's been just wonderful. So I go to a lot of Clippers games, but the team that I fell in love with as a kid was the 76ers and Dr. J. Julius.
Together we make the first night of football every week, which means we make the first.
Drown for Clowney. It don't look like we need Clowney with Selby. if Selby can do this in real time, man, this would be awesome. Shotgun. And your offense. Romo really can't provide support for the Cowboys. He's just not up there. Who do you think they should get as a new quarterback? Romo's going to be our quarterback for a while, so we can't even think about getting another quarterback. Or if Romo doesn't do well this year, I mean, we're paying him $108 million. The bulk of our salary cap is going to Tony Romo, and it's going to be going to him for the next 3, possibly 4 or 5 years. So to think that we could get another quarterback is not gonna be there. Now we do need a backup. We do need someone that if Tony Romo gets killed by our offensive line that we've been neglecting, if Tony Romo gets killed, we do need to have a backup that can come up there until Tony Romo gets back on his feet. That's what we need to deal with in the next coming drafts. But there can't be any anger toward Tony Romo this year. There can't be any bench Tony Romo or anything like that. Tony Romo is our guy for the next 4 or 5 years. It's just how it is. Am I worried about our secondary? Yes, I am worried about our safeties. I was hoping to see something from B.J. Wilcox because everybody that went to training camp seems to say that he's a superstar. But he didn't look well today. Matt Johnson looked okay, but then he got hurt very quickly. So I think our secondary is going to be Barry Church, who's also unproven, and Will Allen, who's average. I mean, Will Allen's not a great safety. He's very, very average. And I mean, he won't be horrible for us, but he won't be great.
13 and 450 left. They call for about 7 yards in, more than that even. Webb with the touchback. Down at the field again, Michelle.
And with Tony Romo, who back in April had a little cyst removed from your back, you weren't able to do a lot of football stuff until camp.
Saints prediction. I think the Saints will be pretty good, man. I really do. I think them getting that coach back will be awesome. Taj Boyd, I would love to have Taj Boyd. I would love to have Taj Boyd. I'm Clemson fan. Clemson, Taj Boyd.
Well, listen, a big change on offense in that Jason.
Not really. Tanny hasn't. I mean, he just looks like a quarterback that's fighting to make the team. He doesn't look special at all.
Well, I don't know that, more than anything, I think, we're just going through the whole process and, we're going to have some new wrinkles and some things that we're going to do a little bit different, but it's still the same system. And Jason's every bit as involved.
Derek Rose asks, Shango, you feeling confident about our week 1 against Eli and the Giants? It's gonna. Well, us and the Giants is always a toss-up. It's always a toss-up. I can't give them edge. I can't give us edge. It's just two very even teams going in there fighting it out. How would I have drafted this year? I would have went defensive tackle. I would have got Sharif Floyd. I really would have. We'll see what happens out of that. I would have got Sharif Floyd, and then in the second round, I would have got probably a safety or something like that, and maybe Frederick in the third. But or maybe I can't think of his name right now. What's his name from Kentucky? I think his name was Kentucky. Offensive lineman. Warmack.
I think it just allows you to kind of have a little bit more input and do some things that you feel confident about.
Let's go back real quick.
Yeah, Warmack.
2006 when Bill
I can't think of his name right now.
Tony Romo era, and he was inducted in the Hall of Fame.
Warford. There it was. Not Warmack. Warmack was the first. Warford. I knew it would fall under. I would have probably got him in a second.
I talked to a few of the guys, and you're just when you first come into the NFL, I don't care whether you're a first rounder or just a free agent, you're just you're wide-eyed, you're just trying to.
Randall started out slow, but he looked very good tonight. Yeah, Rocket lives. Rockley lives. Yeah, I really like what I saw Tanner as he went on. I don't see him as a killer. I don't see them as a three-headed dragon either.
Short life in the NFL goes by fast, and so you just need some of that wisdom to kind of allow you to understand what it takes.
Wearing Clowney would be unbelievable.
For the first time since you've moved into AT&T.
Unbelievable.
They have the opener at home against the Giants. 0-4 against the Giants.
We had a chance for another turnover.
Be different this time. What needs to happen for it to be different this time?
We'll see, Todd Main. We'll see. I think Selby has earned time versus, the top, the ones in the next few games. So we'll see Selby versus the ones in our next few preseason games. So we'll see exactly what he can give us. But he's killing the 2s and 3s. Who do I see finishing last in the NFC East? This year, I see. For some reason, the Eagles just. I don't know. I'm not ready to say they're going to be horrible because they have a lot of talent there, and they gave up last year. They didn't. The season wasn't going well, and they basically just quit and says, all right, let's end this thing and come back again next year. Send Andy Reid on his way. So we'll see about the Eagles. I'm not ready to say they're going to be the last, but I can say the Giants are going to be last. I'll go with the Giants. I've already talked about Riley Cooper. I think it's really sad what happened to him because somebody sold him out for $100 they got for that video that they showed him doing that. But it's really sad that he didn't have the wherewithal not to say what he said, and he said it in a bad way. He didn't say, just how rappers say it, like people are saying, oh, rappers say it all the time, or black people say it a lot, blah, 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 blah. He said it in a very derogatory way, so it's going to be very hard for some of his teammates, like Shady McCoy said, to get past it because they saw a glimpse into what could possibly be that real human being. So when you see that, it's hard for you to just say, oh, he was just, or I forgive him or whatever like that. Michael Vick forgave him, but who can Michael Vick judge at this point in his life? Nobody. So
He may have downplayed it a little bit with Michelle, but I think he is as excited about this season as he's ever been in his career. Because
yeah, John G. I do not want to see Frederick as guard. He doesn't seem quick enough. It seems like he'd get blown out. I'd love LeBron James to play tight end for us. All right, guys, that should be it for us. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down, and I'm going to make my after-game video and go have my dinner. How many NFC East teams will make the playoffs? One. That's all. All right, guys, thank you very much. I mean, this was an incredible turnout for the first preseason game. There was well over 100 people in the room at all times, which was absolutely astounding. So thanks for coming by, and I'll be back doing this again next week. And hopefully we'll see these guys play a little bit better than they did today. But I'm okay with them right now. I'm very okay. All right, guys, have a good night. Thanks. Peace.